Okay, so we're live, and tonight we're doing something a little different. We're playing Blood Dark Thirst, which is a vampire game by Avenger. We're doing this a little differently. I'm going to give a little background here. Though the PCs don't know this, it's now been almost 400 years since the pact was made. There was a large war on the Earth between the vampires and the humans, and both sides were taking heavy losses. And this was around the time that humans were getting more advanced in space travel. So a deal was made with the heads of the humans, the heads of the vampires, to send the vampires to another planet. Essentially, the pact was made. They could take the planet. They found a planet. And I should say an unsuspecting planet that didn't have the level of technology that Earth had, ripe with what appeared to be humans. And of course, people of Earth didn't care about sacrificing another planet, so they sent the vampires into space on this long journey. That's what they said anyways. There was never an intention of releasing the vampires on any planet. And as I say, it's been almost 500 years, and these PCs, who are of the vampire race, have been in a cryosleep. So as we start the session, we're aboard the Atlas class cargo ship Ermite, and it's been traveling through space, transporting a variety of different cargo, including about 30 vampires, when they are attacked by unknown alien presence. This is where the PCs get to wake up. Your cryo chamber cracks open. You breathe in the stale air. Red lights are flashing. Sirens are blaring. For many of you, it is very unfamiliar. You may never have been, awake in any kind of a space type ship or even technology of this high level. But you're a bit groggy, and this is when we're going to talk about blood. So vampires need blood to maintain and also to use their various powers. So we're going to do a roll now to see how much blood people actually have as they've been sitting in this this cryo chamber. So I'm just going to start with my left. So Crystal, give us a little intro to your character as he's waking up, and then roll me 2d4.
2d4 what?
2d4, let me know each one separately.
Okay. Yeah, so so when Dante Blackwell heard about this this mission to go colonize other planets, he was all for it. I mean, there's really nothing for him on Earth anyway. He really just kind of exists day to day, drifting through life ever since he couldn't be a soldier anymore when the experiment went wrong. But this is different this time. Like, he's gonna get to be a better person, maybe find a girl or three to settle down with on some desolate planet, and pave a way for new life to come after them. And he rolled a 2 and a 1.
Okay, so you're going to have 2 blood and 1 willpower remaining after waking up. Okay. You don't have to use blood to wake up. Normally you would use blood to wake up, but this is after that. Okay. So that's where you're starting. Okay, in the same chamber, you're kind of waking up by a cryo chamber. You look around and you see another chamber crack open, and Rush, let's hear about your characters. And again, give me 2d4. Character, I should say.
So Antonio would wake up and just sort of sit up out of his chamber and look around, still dressed in fine clothes, fairly disappointed, fairly upset at the turn that his life has taken. Antonio had enjoyed the life of a man somewhat of means, frequenting art galleries and fashion shows and just rubbing elbows with that particular type of crowd in the Atlanta area before everything went down. He's been a vampire now for about the last 60 years, and so he's to have this sudden change where essentially he's lost everything. The art collections that he was putting together, business deals, all of that, just all of it's gone. So he's fairly bitter. He would push himself out and just kind of look around, like you said, groggy, trying to figure out what's going on. It's not exactly the kind of wake up he was expecting. He would kind of grab a hold of his suit coat and get it straight and pull the front down and start looking around. And you said it was 2d4 was the roll?
Yep, 2d4, each one separate. The first one is the blood, and the second one's going to be your willpower.
Crap, I only have one d4 out right now. Hold on. So that's 2. Sorry about that. So the first one is a 3, 2, and a 1.
No. 2d4 once, and roll 2 4-sided dice and give me the 2 results. So it was a 3 and a 1, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. So not a 4. It'll be a 3 for your blood and 1 for the willpower.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. Sorry, that was unclear. I like to make things as unclear as possible.
No, I think that was all on me.
Okay. So you're in this room again. You see these it's a pretty small room. Considering how packed it is, it's about this is all in meters. How exciting! It's about 30 or so feet long by about 15 feet wide, and is packed with these cryos. You definitely notice some of them are shattered, and there's a lot of dust on them, which maybe you might notice, especially being kind of maybe a neat freak as well as a fashion person. That these crowd chambers don't look nearly as nice as they did when you sat in them, but you don't know how long ago. Tony, let's hear about your character.
Yeah. As the crowd chamber opens up, and you hear a is this rather youthful-looking man sets up. He brushes back his long, flowing blonde hair. He feels his face, which still feels clean-shaven from being in his cryo's sleep. His eyes, though, are still dark. As he scans around, he gets his surroundings in. As he takes in some breaths and sniffs and uses his awareness to get his surroundings down. He sees the other two have come out of their sleep. He hops down onto the floor. He walks up to Antonio. He takes his hand without saying a word, and he pushes and brushes it through Antonio's shorter blonde hair. And he just goes, "What did you put in it before your sleep?" Because I'm using one of my flaws of being jealous of his hair.
Interesting. Okay, roll 2d4 for me.
And that is Sebastian is who I'm playing. I rolled a 1 and a 1.
Okay, so 1 blood and 1 willpower, but you get an extra 1 for playing out your flaw. So
2 willpower?
2 willpower.
All right, and 1 blood, okay.
Okay, Antonio is your character, right, Rush? I'm just going to put
yes.
That.
So he would just look over at him and be like, what did I put in it? What, in your chamber?
Just forget about it.
Why would I put it in
no. Just forget about it. And you can
Anything.
also say I'm using my impatient flaw also.
If anything, you put something in my chamber.
He just turns around and walks off.
I have one-upsmanship as my
Do you
flaw.
really?
Yes.
Yeah, you can have one too. You can only have one per scene, so you can have one too. Okay, that's cool. So you guys, this will be fun. Because I know you probably have one. Tony, can you roll a d30?
Yeah, D30, okay. You better stop rolling. 17.
Nice. Okay. Well, that's actually pretty good. So, Young, tell us about your character as your cryo chamber cracks open.
So the cryo chamber cracks open, and with it you see the white mist fall down, and you see a hand pushing up the lid, and up sits this purplish fella with dark hair sitting up, and he looks around and spots his cohorts, and he says, 1, 2, 3 friends are awake. And Count von Toothreefer is a flamboyant, arrogant, and maniacal vampire who was once a talented mathematician. He was sired by Count Nelson, a.k.a. the Puppet Master, 73 years ago before his cryosleep. When he was a young man in his early 30s, that's when he was turned. After learning to survive and feed under the tutelage of his sire, the Count struck it out on his own after a vampire hunter named James Bind, the 14th, slew his sire. Unfortunately, after succumbing to vampirism, his glorious mathematical genius was completely supplanted by his newfound love of violence, and now only math he indulges in is counting random things that he finds amusing, such as number of slaps or punches he gives and receives in combat. The Count is not a traditionally handsome man, but he's not entirely unattractive. His features are rather distinct and fascinating to look upon. He has a horizontal oval face with droopy eyes and pronounced sagging eyebrows. He wears a monocle on his left eye. His nose is long and hooked. He wears his dark hair slicked back, pronouncing his widow's peak. On his chin, he has a goatee that tapers off in a triangle to match his stubby triangular canines. Count von Toothreefer wears a black cape with large, flappy collars, befitting the iconic look of a Victorian-era vampire. So that's my character.
Nice.
He has 3 blood and 2 willpower.
Okay, cool. Let's keep track of that. So, so blood. Just so when I periodically go over blood things as we go. So blood is going to be used whenever you want to activate any of your vampire powers, including the 3 standard ones that everybody has, or any special ones you have for your particular vampire. That's the main use of it. If you do get down to low blood, which you all are right now, there's a chance that you may frenzy. So you're going to want to get over 3. Soon you do that by drinking blood. So yeah, but currently you're in this kind of like yep.
Can I reply to Young's character real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. When he says 1, 2, 3 friends awake, I'm going to play out my melancholy flaw and go, awake. But are we really? When really only the living can be woke and we are dead.
The Count turns his head and looks at him very quietly for a little past 10 seconds without saying anything. And he says, That's all he does.
Nice. Okay.
So I get a willpower for that, right?
Yeah, you do. Okay.
Is that how it works?
Yeah, exactly. So the willpower is you use it to resist any kind of supernatural influence. You can use it to resist a frenzy if you do happen to go into a frenzy and you don't want to, which you probably don't want to. And you can also use it to add 3d6 to any dice pool before you roll it. And you use it to make more vampires if that's what you want to do. But that's probably not going to come into play in this. I don't think you would make any more vampires, but you never know. With you guys, you can never tell. So you're in this room. It's not like you boarded the ship, so you have no idea. And this is actually, it's not like you're in this luxurious area. You're basically in a cargo hold. Most of the other the crowd chambers are looking pretty beat up, and some of them are like cracked. And you probably, if you took a second to look, you would see that the bodies inside look like they're completely like dried up and not in good shape. So you do see off to one end a large kind of airlock type door with a big, handle thing that you turn. And again, the lights are red in here, and you hear a siren blaring, like that. So what do you guys want to do?
These bodies, did you say I missed part? Are they human or are they vampires also?
You would think they're vampires based on the fact that they're not like completely rotted. You would know that vampires, unless they're killed a certain way, don't actually die. So these look like they just have had no blood. So they would need some blood to be revived. But of course, they could easily be destroyed at this point too by somebody who wanted to kill vampires because with no blood. But they're not, unless you give them some of your blood, they're not getting up anytime soon.
All right.
Dante will say, I wish they had not made the alarm clock so loud. Being stuck on this planet forever, it's already going to be torturous enough. I'm still trying to be melancholy.
From what I can find, we are not in a planet. We are in a spaceship. And he looks at the fallen bodies and says, I will do what I can do to bring them back. And he offers one blood to wake one of them up.
Oh, you want to wake higher with your blood? Okay.
Yeah, with my blood. He excels in first aid.
Okay.
So do I have to roll anything for that?
No, you can just give blood to the vampire. You just touch yourself and put it in. One of them will immediately shoot awake and start staring at you with bloodlust in their eyes. And let me see if he frenzies because he only has one blood. He does not, but he doesn't look very good. He's looking at you and he's like, more blood, more blood. It's a kind of an older guy. It seems because he's very wrinkly and yeah.
What happened out here?
They put us more blood.
Sebastian looks at the count and he goes, "You fool! I am alive and I need the blood more than he did." And he storms off to the door to open the door since he only has one blood.
Okay. Okay.
Oh,
yes.
But you look fantastic. My character is also sycophantic, so he has to suck up to other people. So he looks at the one that was just awake and says, "Tell us what has happened here."
They put us in his chambers. Are we there yet?
He's not going to know. He was put in here just like we were.
His eyes are kind of darting around. So Sebastian's going up to the door. He doesn't seem to know, as Rush stated. He's pretty confused right now with only the zero blood now, just barely waking up. The door, you'd have to turn it, which you could certainly do. The airlock if you want to open it, but there's no window.
Yeah, I've got. I guess could I use awareness or investigation? I'm good at those. Use one of those to try to figure out how to open it.
Oh yeah, I mean it's pretty simple. You can just open it. Yeah, I mean it's a giant thing that you turn. You can kind of look at it.
Yeah, I'll open it because in my state, I'm just looking for something to feast on.
Okay. You open it up and, normally, although you may not know this, but, normally like there'd be like an airlock separation or whatever, but this does not be like you open it and there's no suction or anything. Like it's there's another room in front of you that's like 10 foot square. And that room has like a more sophisticated door with a panel on it. There's also some monitors on the wall. And as soon as you open the door and look in there, the monitor fires up, and you see a man on the monitor. And he there's like clearly see you, and he says to you, "Oh, good, some of you are awake. This is the commander of the ship, Dasko Cross. We've been breached.
By
There
what?
are multiple aliens on this vessel. We need your help.
I can't do anything until you give me something to feast on.
You can feast on the aliens. We're detecting 8 life forms. If you destroy them, you can take their ship and be on your way. You don't need to be here anymore.
Do I see anything laying around like a piece of iron, iron bars, anything that, like something like that, or?
You could probably go back into the room where the cryo chambers are and like pull something off one of them because they're kind of wrecked a little bit. But this room's empty because it's like an airlock.
Yeah, I'm going to go back and pull off something and just go in and just smash that monitor that he's talking through.
Okay. Okay, the monitor smashes.
Hey, crazy vampire. Will you wake up this one next? Dante asks as he points to a young, beautiful female vampire. As lustful as he is.
Antonio would speak up and say, they're all going to wake up with the bloodlust. We need to, at this point, if what he said is true, then we need to watch out for ourselves.
Quit wasting your blood on the useless back there, Count. Quit listening to that young.
But in all fairness, we should also stop smashing monitors when people are trying to offer us freedom to get off this cursed boat.
If there are blood to be had, then what are we waiting for? I say we set out and fulfill our bloodlust.
Freedom? What's it matter? No matter where we go, we're still trapped by our curse.
Sebastian's going to walk up to the second door and use investigation to try to figure out maybe how to start punching and try to figure out how to open it. Then.
Okay. Yeah, so roll some d6s on that.
2d6 or?
Yeah, you're good at it. Like you have to find something.
My highest was a 4.
Oh, that's good. That's a success. So you're able to, yes, but so you can open it, but you can't like figure out like basically you find the way to like it slides open and then it immediately closes. So you know that you could like get through it, but you'll probably not be able to get back into the room that you're in after. Like it's not staying open. It's just like sliding and closing again.
Yeah, he'll look back probably at the Count. Since the Count said something, he'll go, "Are you coming or not? We should need to go through fast."
I will be right behind you, but not in front of you.
So you see
Dante would like to open up maybe a few of these coffins or whatever,
okay,
and see if he can find like any kind of gun or other weapon that may have perhaps been there.
I mean, you can do it, but there's no weapons in there. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you can spend as long as you want. They didn't pack people in with weapons. You can pull a piece of metal or something, but there's no.
Nah, I mean, like no. I was looking specifically like for a gun.
Yeah. I mean, you're in cryo sleep. They didn't put you in there with a gun. So yeah, you're all in this airlock, and then Sebastian's able to make it kind of so you can get through if you want. When you look out, just so you know what you're looking out into, you're looking into basically a corridor. It's actually kind of like a catwalk system with handles in all 4 directions. Because obviously you're in space and the thing spins around. The gravity though seems to have you so that you're on the flat level, so you're not climbing to get to it. But you could go. It's basically a long hallway, so it would seem effectively. But you do know that if there was no gravity, you'd have to hold on. So you're looking in, and this corridor goes about maybe like 60 or so feet to your right, and it goes, and it's lit, with the red lights flashing, and it goes hundreds upon hundreds of feet to the left. You also see it's basically lined with doors like the one you're coming out of. The 60 feet to the right, there's a very large, sophisticated panel and a door there as well. And more monitors. But all the ways to the other end, you can't see it. It's too far to make any detail.
The Count approaches the panel and looks upon the monitor.
You're going to go to the one that's I'll just call it the north to make it easy. So you're going to go to the one to the north? The short one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you guys can walk up there. Is anybody else going with them?
I'll go.
Sebastian would go.
Okay. You walk up, and when you do, the two monitors that are like right over it light up, and you see this commander again, and he says, "This is the entry to the bridge. They're not here, but they're trying to get in. They're actually through this door you're standing in front of is their ship, but they've scattered throughout the vessel."
Okay, do you know how we could locate them?
I don't know, but all the doors have been set to be able to be opened. You should be able to open any door.
So you can't track the motion of them through the ship?
They're moving. There's several further towards the engines.
So Antonio would
in the cargo base. So yeah, so he says, well, we know that there's some in cargo base 7, and there's some down near the engine, and one by the AI.
So Antonio would look at the rest of the group and say, the one near the engine is going to be. He would look back at the monitor again and ask, "Do they? Well, they're flying a ship, so they're obviously intelligent."
Yeah.
So he would look at the group, say, if one of them is heading for the engine, that's the one that we need to hunt first.
Dante will look at the screen and say, where's the weapons bay?
We're a cargo ship. We don't have weapons.
Sebastian looks at Antonio when he says that, and he goes, crosses his arms, and he goes, well, you see, we're going to have to do it because this spineless piece of shit that's talking to us through this monitor is just going to stay there until one of them comes and slices his throat.
He doesn't have to know, but maybe after we're done with the aliens, we will feast on him. Yes.
He will not resist as spineless as he is.
Did you say we would fist him?
For a moment, the lights stop to go out, and then they click on, and it burns you. Everybody take a D6 damage. They turn on the UV lights inside, and they immediately turns right back off. And then the commander says, "You'll do no such thing."
It was a jest, just a jest.
Yeah, so you can all just roll your own damage. I'm not gonna. Just take a D6.
He has keen ears.
So at that point, Antonio would kind of look at everyone else and basically tell them that, I understand that everybody's pissed off, but you guys are going to need to drop it. We are at this point fighting for our lives, and they've got control of everything. If he's going to give us access to this ship so we can get out of here, that's fine, but they can kill us with the flick of a switch. So we don't have a choice but to do what they say at least at the moment. And I don't particularly, being on this ship was bad enough. I don't want to end up getting fried under a heat lamp or jetted out of an airlock or eaten by other vampires because we're waking other people up or cursing at the captain or whatever. We need to get together and get this thing done.
Sebastian is standing there with his arms crossed as you give us a speech, and when you finish, he reaches over with his right hand and barely touches a piece of your blonde hair, but it's flown down. He goes, seems to be out of place.
Everybody roll a D6.
2.
1.
3.
Yeah. So far, the place seems deserted, though. You don't see anything. He gave you the information that he's got. Some in cargo hold 7. He says they're moving around and that they can move on the outside of the ship. They've been coming in and out through the various holds, but they can't get into the pilot area, which is where they're at. That's the reason why they're able to hold the ship so far.
Are there any maps or anything around of the layout of the ship that I could read?
No. It's a long corridor with the.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all you can say. I mean, you wouldn't know. This is. You probably think that you know, but you don't know.
Okay.
You've been in the ship a lot longer than you think you have, so that's why everything's a little confusing to you. This technology and stuff doesn't look like anything you've seen before.
Okay. All right. So Dante will. Huh?
I will say this though: if you just took a quick look around above the doors, the door you came out of, like those doors are marked; they're painted. And the one that you're standing next to, well, if you go back to the first two doors that are on your left and right, if you went back to the corridor, is 1 and 16. The 1's on your right, and 16 is on your left as you're facing south.
Okay. But would we know like how to get to Cargo Bay 7, for example?
I don't know. Would you?
Not my gun, idiot. They got the body into a frame up. Then they also
Numbers on them.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Like you're kind of breaking up a little bit, and that's why I'm like having a hard time understanding. Okay, so I'll start heading towards Cargo Bay, or no, he said the engine room. So I'll start headed towards the engine room. I'm gonna try to kind of be like crouched low and stay down, trying to just kind of be stealthy as I don't want to like make any attention or anything. Like I don't know what kind of shoes I was put to sleep in, but if they're anything too heavy, I'll take them off and just be in my socks.
Yeah, you're barefoot. Everybody who didn't like request to be in certain clothes, which is probably everybody except for I guess the Count and Dante. You're in like a jumpsuit, basically, like a space jumpsuit.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and you're barefoot. So I mean, you were sleeping basically. You're in your pajamas. So you've got you know that the captain says the commander says the engine room is at the other end of the ship, so you would have to go that way. So you're going to head down. Is everybody else also going?
Yeah, Sebastian's going to stay a good 10 or 15 feet behind Dante, though.
Okay, cool. So you start to go down, and as you're heading, I'm just going to call it south. Not that it's relevant in space, but to your left, the numbers start counting up. So you're next to 16, and it goes 17, 18, 19. But to your right, they're counting down. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4.
As we're walking down, the Count is actually verbally counting the number out. He says 17.
Okay. Nice. Okay, so you get down. Let's see. Yeah, so you head down. You're down to about where the intersection of 7 and 22. Did you want to explore 7, or are you going to go past it?
No, I'm like we agreed on the engine room. So
Okay.
Dante's going to travel ahead to the engine room. Just kind of staying ahead of the group a little bit. So if there's anything bad, maybe he can warn them.
Okay, perfect. So you're slightly ahead, and you pass 7/22, and you're moving forward a little bit. Everybody else is like just slightly behind you, and you're now crossing 8:23, and the rest of the party is around 7:22 when the door to 7 slides open. You see the people that are not Dante. You see 3 humans. They're males. They're in around like their 30s. They're also in jumpsuits and barefoot. And they look very surprised to see you when the thing slides open. They are holding in their hands, various kind of improvised weapons, kind of like what Sebastian did. Like they have like pieces of metal and stuff. And they see you. Well, yep.
I have a question about like it being at Blood 1. Would I have the lust as soon as I see a human to just grab them and try to probably?
Yep. Yeah.
Well, that's what Sebastian's going to do then, because he's impatient, he's jealous, he's upset, so he's just going to grab one of them and try to sink in there and get some blood out of them.
Okay. Okay. So go ahead and make a seizing and subduing victim roll, which is your attack roll, and then just tell me what the highest was.
2d6.
Yep, and then whichever one's highest, that number.
I had a 1 and a 6, so I got a 6 as the highest.
Nice. That's good. Yeah, you got him. Iron grip. You can drink as much as you want, and a typical human has 6 blood. You can only drain 1 blood per round, so it's gonna take you a while. But you grab this guy and you just start sucking his blood out. He's not getting.
All right, so I can add 1 to blood then.
Yeah, I mean, you can eventually go all the way up to 6 if nothing happens in between. But yeah, 1 for the first round.
Yeah, it says something about I can get 3 before they need medical attention. So I mean, I would stop. I would stop before they.
Yeah, you can try. When you get to
but
roll to see if you can break the bloodlust, or you can use a willpower to break it.
Okay, but I got 1 right now. Then I got you.
1 right now, though. So now you have 2. What's everybody else doing? So Sebastian immediately grabs one of these people off guard and starts sucking his blood out. With the other 2 getting a defensive stance.
I had an emergency phone call. What are these humans?
Yeah, they're humans. They're in jumpsuits like you guys are, barefoot. They have improvised weapons, and they just came out of number 7.
Okay.
I ran past them, right? So they didn't see me. Like the door opened after I ran past them?
Yeah, they're still standing in the airlock, basically.
There are 3 of them, yes?
Yep, there's 3. One's now currently on the ground being sucked.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say that probably Dante. No. What's your character's name? Dante.
Dante,
No.
yeah.
Yeah. Probably
Dante
does not see them yet. You just see, you hear probably, and Sebastian jumps in there into the room. The other people can see the humans clearly, but you're past the room now. You can't see them unless you go back.
Okay.
So,
How are they reacting?
they are about to hit you with clubs unless you do something.
Well, I mean, so I rolled my 2d4 and I got a 3 and a 1, which you said was 1 willpower and 3 blood, right? Okay. Well, I'm gonna try to do the same thing then. I'm gonna try and seize one.
Oh, you're gonna try to drink blood? Okay.
Power the blood up.
Okay. So roll 2d6 for your attack, and that's
I'm not gonna need it. All right. I got a 1 and a 2.
Okay, you're unable to grab. The best result is you're unable to grab him, and he gets a free attack on you. So he's going to get. You're going to get hit. Let me see. Well, you might get hit. Let me see what I roll for him. His highest number is a 4, and for attacks, a 4 is a d6 damage, and a 4 again. So 4 points of damage. You get bludgeoned by this guy. That was like a free attack. He's going to hit you again, or he's going to try anyways. What's the count doing?
He holds up his hand and says, "There are 8 aliens on the ship. And now there's 1 less human standing. Unless you drop your weapons and cooperate with us, we will drink all of your blood." And he makes an intimidation check.
Okay.
It's one of those things that he's really, really bad at, by the way.
Okay, so roll a 1d6 then for that.
He goes, "Blah, I will suck your blood unless you listen to me." And he rolls 6.
Critical success. Yeah. This dude, it's yes plus. So I'm gonna say that you intimidate him to stop, and they basically drop their weapons. And actually say, take what you want from us, just don't kill us. And they kind of like puts his neck out if you want a drink from him.
It looks delicious. And he wraps him under his cape and then takes a bite.
Okay.
He just tries to take 1 blood.
Okay. Yeah, if you're not, what's your blood at now? 3? 2?
He's at 2 now.
Okay, so you got to roll. So the way this works is to make sure you don't go under bloodlust because you're below 3. You have to roll 1 to roll a d6, and if you get a 1, then you go bloodlust and you can't control yourself.
He gets 2.
Okay, so you can take just 1 if you want. Okay, Rush. The one's not going to attack you because he's intimidated. He does the same thing, so you can suck your blood for free if you want as well.
I'm sorry. Say that again.
The one because the count intimidated them. The one that you were trying to grab. He just stops and lets you grab him now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he gets back up to the room at this point. But you're able to drink from. What's your blood currently?
3.
Okay, so at 3, vampire is down to 3. Must roll additional. Okay, so you need to roll 1d6 and not get a 1, or else you'll go into bloodlust. Assuming you don't want to kill it.
I got a 4.
Okay, that's fine. So you can drink as much as you want. If you drink more than 3, then you might kill him. So
I don't
you can drink 3 if you don't want to kill him.
No, I'm gonna just top off. I don't care if he does.
Okay.
I'm a vampire.
So we can go ahead and get the other points as many as we want. You say?
Yeah, you can get as much as you want. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would stop at the 3 since they submitted to us. I would be kind at this point as I'm feeling better. So when I get to the 3, I'll stop.
Okay, so just roll a d6 and 1d6 and don't get a 1. And you can...
Out of 6.
All right, perfect. You can stop at 3 once you take 3.
The count
So that gives
after the count after saying that he's just gonna take 1. He realizes it's free meal. What the hell? So he's gonna go for like 4 more.
Oh, you're gonna take 5. Okay. All right.
He's prone to violence, by the way.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah. So you can have a willpower for go overkill. And also, yeah, that guy's basically gonna die. He falls on the ground. He only has one blood left. So after you do that, so Dante, you arrive at the room and your friends are feasting. What would you like to do? One guy just fell on the ground, and he has a little bit of blood left in him. He's definitely going to die. And then the other 2 are being released in decent.
Yeah. Before I can.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So I mean, I have 2 blood. So I know those urges that come on. So before I get any more tempted to go join the feast, I'm gonna do my best to just like stealthily like just turn around and get out of there with a stealth, so no one will know that I was there to begin with.
Okay, so you're gonna try not to drink, but you only have 2 blood currently. So
Yeah.
roll 2d6
Okay.
and hope to not get any 1s.
All right. Oh, crap. Sorry, I pressed the wrong app. I thought I already had it open. All right. 2d6.
Yep.
A 3 and a 4.
Okay.
Total of 7.
You can not drink if you want.
All right.
All right.
And can I roll to see if I stealth out or?
I mean, I don't think anybody's paying attention to you, but you can roll if you want.
No, it's fine.
These guys don't notice you at all. I mean, if you were crying,
I'm good at stealth, so that's why I've been.
all right, do it. If you want to stealth
Okay.
your friends.
Our maximum is 6, right?
Yep.
Okay. Before the count lets go, he whispers to the ear of his victim, says, "Never trust the vampire."
Okay. Yes, he falls to the ground bleeding out.
And as Antonio lets his victim go and just lets him fall to the ground, he would walk by Sebastian and just kind of roll his shoulders a look. Antonio at this point is completely glutted, full of like a belly full of blood. And he would look over at Sebastian, who should be much better off now, and in an actual sincere tone would look at him and say, "Do you feel better now?" Like not being condescending or anything.
Yes, I do feel better. I guess we should continue and see. I don't know where our other companion, I believe his name was Dante, I guess he proceeded on. I guess we should catch up with him and take care of whatever else is in our way. But the coward captain will belong to me and the count when this is finished.
How far along did you go in front of them, Dante? Did you just get a little bit away from the room?
No, I'll go back to like basically where I was before.
It's just
I mean, obviously I would have heard the door open. I'm just going to act like I kind of stopped there to see if everything was okay.
Okay. Yeah, so you're basically at the next set of doors, which isn't very far. It's about 20 feet or so, 25 feet. Okay, yeah. So you continue to move forward. You get down. Let's see where they've moved to. Okay, so you're down now between 8 and 23, and you're moving south. You hear the commander come on. Because there's like monitors and stuff on the wall, he pops in and he says, "Alien reported in 15. In 15." And then he cuts out again.
And that's what we're passing right now?
No, but based on the Count's excellent math, you would continue in the direction you're going. You're basically between 8 and 23. They're counting both up and down. So 8, 9, 10, and then 23, 24, 25, like that. I guess they're both counting up, actually.
Antonio would start to jog and look at everybody else and say, let's pick up the pace.
Okay. All right, so you're no longer sneaking. You're just going to go for it.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
How about Dante?
Dante's going to continue to sneak. If everyone wants to run ahead of him, that's fine. He doesn't want to be seen.
Well, one of my flaws is impulsive.
No, perfect.
So
Be impulsive. All right, yes. Yeah,
Sebastian will run with him because he's impatient. So yeah, he would be impatient to get in there and get this over. So he'll go with Antonio.
Nice. All right, yeah. So you guys run past Dante, who's being all like, "We'll let the Count."
Yeah, Count is just walking down he's really full. He can't eat anymore, so he's taking it easy, and he's got a big smile on his face, and all of a sudden, in the middle of his walk, he spreads his arms and says, "Ah, I am alive! Well, as much as I could be." And he just follows the rest of the group. It's impossible for him to be sneaky.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys are kind of lumbering. You're basically making a lot of noise behind Dante, who's trying to be sneaky, and the other two come running. You're not super noisy because you're not wearing any shoes, but you're on like scaffolding, so it's like bang, 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 bang. You're running. You get down pretty quickly in front of 15, and as you do, actually the door slides open, and there's a bright flash of light. Do any one of you two have any kind of psychic ability?
I've got telepathy.
Okay.
If that counts.
I would say.
I do not.
Okay, you are gonna roll 2d6 to try to resist the
My highest was a 3.
A 3, okay. Partial failure, no, but okay. So you cannot resist the psychic blast that comes from this door as it opens up, but it doesn't do any actual damage to you. But you're stunned for the first round, Antonio, you see coming out of this thing what kind of looks like a spider, but it only has 6 legs, and it has one of those a long face instead of that like double spider face thing, and it kind of opens up its jaws and tries to eat you. So what do you want to do?
This is coming at me, you said?
It's coming to both of you, but currently Sebastian is stunned.
All right, so when we use blood to activate a power,
okay,
you can do that once per round, right?
Yep.
Okay. So the first thing, and I want to make sure I understand this right, since this is the first thing for all of us. So we all have unnatural strength, lightning reflexes, and allure. So we would spend a blood to do one of those 3, correct?
That's correct. And then that will last for the scene, I believe, is how it works.
Yes, it does.
So basically this combat.
All right, so I'm going to spend, if he's going to come at me, I'm going to spend a blood point to give myself lightning reflexes.
Okay.
Since I'm not very good at getting out of the way. So I'm going to do that so that I can dodge him this round. And then I've got something up my sleeve for when I attack him next round.
Okay. He's gonna come at you. Let me just see who he comes after. Even will be you. Odd will be. Okay, that's odd. He's actually going after Sebastian, who is stunned. So this creature comes forward to you, Sebastian, as you're kind of grabbing your head in pain, and it makes an attack. Ooh, no! And it scores 2 6s.
Uh-oh.
Oh man!
2 6s is 4d6 damage.
Yikes!
Grabs you in its claws, and it does. Oh, actually, no, that's a 6 of 6. 11, 12, 15 points of damage.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, it grabs into you, take a large, and there's blood coming out of you. And you guys down the corridor, you probably hear the scream, and you can see that there's some combat ensuing. So what do you guys want at the end want to do? You can't reach them this round unless you do your lightning. If you do lightning reflexes, you could run and get there this round, but otherwise it'll take you around to get there.
The Count spends a blood point, and he actually looks at what's happening and says, "The novices, obviously they have been vampire for far less." And he spreads out his cape, drapes himself, and all of a sudden changes into a bat and flies over there as quickly as he could.
Okay, I'll say you get to this round then if you're a bat. That's pretty fast. What about Dante?
Dante's behind them all, isn't he? Like way behind.
Yeah, you're about a full round of running to get to them, basically.
Okay. No, Dante's gonna hang back. He'll let everyone else go first.
Okay. All right, so take you. You won't be able to do anything next round, but you can get to the following round if you're walking at a normal pace. Okay, so into the next round of combat, what do you guys want to do down there? Sebastian slash Antonio slash the Count.
Sebastian, being attacked grievously by this creature, he is going to spend a blood point to use his telepathy. And what he's going to do, he's just going to look straight at this creature that just attacked him. And I'm going to, first, I want to send a picture into this creature's mind of it seeing itself hanging from the ceiling with blood dripping down from it in its last grasp of breath, as it can see the rest of it's just ripping and tearing it. So I'm trying to really, in a way, scare it. But then after I send that picture of that, I want to see if I can read its thoughts, what it's thinking.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and make a like an attack, basically. Do a 3d6, or not an attack, but a challenge. So
my highest one's a 5.
5 success. Okay, yeah. It freaks it out big time. I'm going to say because you didn't get yes plus, you can't get the thoughts this round, but you can get them next round.
Yeah, that's I would just look. I would just look over, I guess, at the Count and Antonio and go, "Finish it now! I have them scared."
Yeah, so that's going to be enough just mechanically. So, I'm going to remove one of its attack dice when it attacks. So for this,
all right,
that effectively weakened its attack. Okay, Antonio slash Count.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use another blood point.
Okay.
And I'm going to activate Fright Night. Which Fright Night is the vampire can widen and elongate his jaw, creating not only a horrific visage, but allowing him to rip open flesh like a wet paper bag. Add extra 1d6 to his damage dice pool.
Nice. All right, go for it.
Because I have lightning reflexes already active, I get 3 attacks around.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah.
So it's 2d6 for every attack, right?
Yeah, this will be a regular attack, but you'll do extra damage if you hit.
Right. Okay, so first attack, I got 2 5s.
Okay, so 2d6 or 3d6 for that. So 3d6 total for that attack.
For that one.
Yep.
That's 11.
Okay.
The next one, I got 2 1s.
Okay, so that's nothing.
Yeah.
That's a critical fail. No and.
Right.
So yeah, you're gonna miss it, and it's gonna get a free attack on you. But you can do your third one now, just to keep it easy.
And the next one, I got a 4 and a 1.
Okay, so 4 is a yes. So that's the 4 is 1d6. So do 2d6 damage.
This time I got 7.
Okay, nice.
You add the dice together, right?
Yep. Yeah, for damage you add them together. Yes, that's right. That's the only time you usually do that.
So it's 18 total.
Nice. Okay, I did my math correct and everything. All right, good. I'm using dice to keep track of the hit points of everything, because I did not have a piece of paper in front of me. So I have like dice that I'm rolling around. Okay, it's going to get a free attack on you because you got the critical fail. But it only has dice because of Tony's thing on it. It got a 5 and a 6.
Nice.
So, but it's just so it's 1/6, so 3d6 damage. Let's see. 3, so that's 12.
Ouch.
Yeah. So it takes a big chunk out of you when you miss, even though you have a giant mouth. Which just seems epic. So what young What's the count doing? You're a bat currently.
From the ceiling, this gigantic bat descends down upon the creature that's engaging with the with his comrade. But all of a sudden, the count says, "No natural strength will do this." And he says, "Unnatural." He summons unnatural strength using his blood point.
Okay, so you'll have that for next round.
Yep.
That'll be cool.
Yeah.
So you'll can attack next round. You can just do that. You just take some point of blood.
Okay.
So now we're into the he still gets to go because he didn't go. He's gonna attack. There's 3 of you. So, who's the second person? He's gonna go after Antonio. No, he's going after Sebastian actually because Crystal's courage is not there. 5 is the high score on that. So Sebastian's gonna take 2 ones. So you're gonna take 2 points of damage.
All right.
As this creature digs into you. Okay, so we're into the next round. Dante's still walking down. What do you guys want to do? You want to go first, Sebastian? Unless somebody wants to jump line, it doesn't matter what order you go in.
The Count definitely wants to jump line.
All right, go for it.
Yeah, he's descending down on the creature and says, "Yeah!"
All right,
bites him. He has advantage on violence.
Oh,
I think that gives him 1 extra die.
Oh, that's
So,
3d6.
Yep. And he got 6.
Just 1 6?
Yeah.
So you're going to do 3d6 damage and then multiply it by 3.
3d6. 3d6, you say?
Yep, 3d6 and then multiply that by 3.
Oh no, I rolled 2 1s. 15 points of damage.
15 total, okay.
Yep.
It's not quite dead, but it is very, very hurt.
Yeah, seeing the Count do this, then Sebastian's going to look first at the Count and he's going to go, "I told you to finish it!" And then he's going to attack the creature.
Nice.
And I had a 4 passed.
Okay, so 4 is 1d6 damage.
All right. 2.
2, okay. It's still up, barely. Antonio? Antonio.
Yeah. Sorry. My daughter's having an issue.
Oh, sorry.
So I still actually have both powers stay active through the whole scene I just read.
The whole scene, yeah.
So, with my giant jaw, I got double 4s on that one.
Okay, so 1d6, so 2d6 because you get the extra damage.
That's going to be 7 total.
Okay, that kills it actually.
Sweet.
Yeah, you take out the first of the aliens. It falls to the ground. It's green, kind of ichor dripping out of it. You think you could drink some of this blood, but it's not more than 1 point for sure. Without
did I get speaking about power? Did I get any last thoughts from it right before it died?
Yes.
Mine?
Yeah, that's right. Sorry, Tony. What you got from it, even though its kind of main purpose here is to destroy, kill all life form. So you don't think that this thing is trying to take the ship as much as destroy it. It's definitely intelligent, though. You sense that it was. It almost feels like it's defending itself in a sense. So you got kind of a defensive thing, destroy, and you got some intelligence from it. It's not super intelligent, this one, but it's definitely not an animal.
I look towards Antonio then, even though the Count can hear me too, but I look towards Antonio and I go, "These things are intelligent killers, much like us. We need to be very careful."
Well, that explains why they're heading for the engines.
The Count.
Which reminds me, we need to get to the engines.
The Count has blood training. Does it allow him to learn any skill if he makes a contact with it?
I believe that's what that does, yeah.
From his victims.
Yeah. Blood training. Everybody can learn skills by drinking blood, sufficient quantities of others. Yeah, you can. I mean, you drank blood of that guy. He was just a regular dude. He wasn't anything special.
Yeah. Could he drink some blood from this alien?
No, if you drink too much of it, like enough to use that skill, you're going to have to roll to not get sick because this is like pretty foul blood. So you can do it, but you're gonna have to make a roll.
Yeah.
Sebastian looks
the Count
at the
passes.
Count. Sebastian looks at the Count and he goes, You old fool, this is not Burger King. You don't get it your way.
Antonio would laugh and say, I wouldn't, this is a foul creature. This is not what we were meant to feed on.
Yeah, at the most you can get 1 point from this without taking a risk of getting sick. And Dante walks up. By the way, you're basically about, I think I'm just using the north-south.
Yeah, Dante's not going to walk up. I'm still kind of hiding behind the corner if I can.
Okay, Dante's sneaking up. You're in literally a straight corridor. I mean, there's little nooks and crannies you could basically sit in, I guess, behind something. So, yeah, you creep up on them. You guys are basically about 30 feet north of a large door, which leads to the engine room.
You profess to be a trained soldier, but all you've done is hide in the shadows, it seems.
That's what soldiers do.
I'm going to spend a third blood point to try and heal myself a little bit.
Okay, that's right. You can use a point of blood to do a d6 of healing.
Hiding in the shadows, much like how we must live in the shadows of the fate that we have dealt to others every single day.
Antonio tugs his sleeves and gets himself together and just kind of sighs at the ramblings, and then moves back out into the hallway.
The Count looks at Dante after saying that and says, "Why didn't you drink the blood of those humans?"
What humans? What are you talking about?
In the room before, there were 3 humans that we feasted upon.
Yeah.
Did you have any leftovers?
You know what? Don't worry about it.
So as you're saying that, speaking of humans, the door to number 30, which is directly across from you, slides open to the airlock, and you see standing in there a woman, and maybe like in her like late 40s. She's got like a crew uniform on. She looks at you, and she kind of signals, and then she closes the door and goes back in.
What kind of a signal?
Like a signals you to come in, like follow me kind of signal, like this. I did your best.
Sneak in there, soldier boy.
Why sneak? She obviously saw us.
She probably didn't see the soldier boy, though.
The Count in his bat form flaps over there.
Okay. I mean, you need to be able to open the door, so you won't be able to do as a bat, I don't think.
Yeah. I'm just going to walk through the door.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's, you like touch some buttons or whatever, and it slides open. There's like a green button. You press it, it opens up. So yeah, the door slides open, and you're looking into that small airlock. She's not in there. There's another door that leads into like a cargo bay, kind of, you would imagine, like you came from, but it's closed, of course.
I would look at one of the others and ask them to hold this door open, and then I would walk to the next door and open it because I'm worried that she might be trying to trap us.
Okay, yeah. So you go up and the more airlocky door, you twist it and you open it up, and you can see that room has got a lot of the kind of cryo tables like you guys were on, but in much better shape. 2 of which are open, but you only see one person standing there, and it's this woman, and she says to you, "That's not the real crew. We're the real crew. I don't know what's going on."
She would, Antonio would kind of narrow his eyes a little bit and say, "You mean who's not the real crew? The ones on the bridge?"
Yes, the one claiming to be the commander. The commander's right there, and she points at one of the crowd things that's closed, and you can see like an older gentleman in there. She says, they were planning on launching you into space. What year were you put on the ship?
I don't know. How long have we been on the ship? I don't know.
Pick a year.
Huh?
Pick a year.
Oh, like a year?
Yeah, what year?
Oh, pick a year.
Yeah, what year were you put on the ship? What year do you think you were put on the ship?
I don't know, 2250.
Okay. She says, it's 2750. You were supposed to be to the planet in 2 years. You've been moved around from cargo carrier to cargo carrier.
At this point, I would turn and look out the airlock to the others and motion them to come on in. And then I would turn back to her and say, what do you mean moved around?
They have no intention of repopulating you. They've been experimenting on you.
The bat flaps his way behind the woman, and he materializes behind her and tries to bite her.
Okay, go ahead and yeah, you can do that. I mean, she saw a giant bat go behind her, so I'm only going to give you a 2d6.
So can I try to intervene?
When Dante wants to try and intervene.
Okay, well, whoever. I was going to do it too.
I mean, both of us can. I don't care, but whatever. I was just thinking.
Yeah, I mean,
Antonio's standing right there, right?
Yeah, I would say right. Dante can run for it, but I'm going to give Antonio the first shot because he's right there. So the bat flies over and tries to turn to try to grab her. So go ahead and make. You're going to try to seize and subdue the count, basically. So make a 2d6 against the count.
I got a 4 and a 5.
Okay, so that's actually, yeah, you've got him, but only partially. So you're not going to be able to grab her this round. Actually, both of you guys rolled a d6 to see who was faster. So Young versus.
I got another 5.
Okay, Young, roll d6.
1d6,
Yep.
2d6.
1.
Okay. 3.
Okay, so you were fast enough. You kind of were onto his blood drinking scheme, and you knock him back, but you're not holding onto him. So go ahead, Dante. You can make a grapple attack, 2d6 against the count.
Can I instead just grab the woman and get her out of here?
Well, you could try to grab her if you'd like. Sure.
All right, so I'm just gonna try and just take her just pulling her out of the way. Basically, is what I'm gonna try and do.
So roll 2d6.
Hope she doesn't resist me.
You're a vampire grabbing her.
She's probably gonna freak. Yeah.
I rolled a 3 and a 4, total of 7.
Okay. Yeah, you grab her, but she thinks you're attacking her, and she swings at you and attacks you. So she's gonna hit with like a improvised weapon that she has there. Oh, but she doesn't hit you though. It just swings in the air, misses. So this is all ensuing currently. So Count, you have been partially grappled by Antonio. Do you want to do anything back to him, or are you just going to let him do it?
You're muted.
Young?
Yeah, he's gonna go for it. He's gonna try to bite her, and
Okay, so
at
you
least
try to
get some blood out of her.
No, dude, you must have missed it.
Yeah, you tried to bite her, but you got grabbed by
Okay.
by Antonio.
By Antonio. Yeah, he turns back at Antonio and says, "Vad, she looks delicious," and he shrugs his shoulder. That's it.
Okay.
So Antonio would kind of shake him one time and go. He doesn't have any words. He's just like, just stop for a moment. She was in the middle of telling me something very important.
So
Sebastian looks at all of them and goes, "You fools! We don't have time for this. If Antonio says the lady is trying to help us, let's listen to her."
So he would turn to Dante. Oh crap, we gotta. He would turn to Dante, and where the woman is trying to attack, and just kind of like try and put his hands up to her, saying, "No. He's trying to help you. He's not trying to attack you." In the hopes that she'll calm down.
Yeah. Do you let go of her, Dante, or are you keeping her hold?
You know what? Before I can answer that, I think I need to roll to make sure I don't go into bloodlust. I only have 2 blood, so
Yeah, that's true. So go
that's
ahead.
how it works, right?
Yeah, you got to roll a d6 and a 2d6 and knock it to 1.
Okay. 4 and a 6.
Okay. Yeah, so you don't go to bloodlust.
You chanted.
All right. Yeah. So he chokes back his urge. He like has his like hand over his mouth and he's like kind of just holding the other hand up to her. Like he doesn't really care if she tries to swing at him because, he can't hurt her. She can't hurt him basically. So he's just kind of like doing that, like has one hand over his mouth and he's just sort of pulled back, like trying to get her to just shut up with the other hand.
Okay. Yeah, she backs up a little bit and she says, I'm trying to help you people.
Antonio would be like, I know. And then he turned to the others and basically very quickly relate the story to them that we were put on the ship. We were only supposed to be en route for 2 years, but we've apparently been being bounced around for 500. And they've been experimenting on the others like us out in space, and that the man in charge of the ship is apparently not actually the commander of the ship. So, and then he would turn to her and say, well, if he's not the commander, then who would it be? I mean, you guys are obviously part of this whole thing anyway, but who is it that would be taking over the ship like this?
Before she answers that, can I use a blood point to telepathy her and read her thoughts to see what I can get if she's telling the truth?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I want to do then.
Okay. Yeah. She says, I think it's the science crew. They wanted to experiment, so they kept everybody asleep. However, Tony, you get from her that everybody in this particular section were actually criminals, slated for execution. And she just happened to, when all the ship went down, her thing opened up. So she's actually a criminal and doesn't have anything to do with the ship. Although she's not lying about the fact that you've been here for 500 years. That part's true.
I walk up to her, and I don't know if we can surprise anyway, but I'm just going to walk straight up to her and bite into her.
Yeah, you can. She's not really resisting. Go ahead. You just got to I'll give you 3d6 because she's not. Well, no, she's expecting it. You guys have been attacking her. So,
would I be able to try and stop him?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I want to try and stop him.
All right. So roll a d6 against Sebastian. Roll a d6 against Dante.
We have here.
Right, the first on the 2d6, I had 2 5s, and on the 1d6, I had another 5.
Okay. How about Dante?
So I just roll 1d6?
Yep. Just kind of almost like initiative.
Okay, I rolled a 3.
Okay. So yeah, you're not fast enough. He grabs her and sucks a single point of blood for her. You'll have to. She's struggling, so you don't have an iron grip on her, but you have 1 point of blood from her for sure.
Yeah, and I just, with blood running down my mouth, I look towards all the rest of them with a scowl, and I go, "She's not who she says she is. They are convicts and trash and things of that such. Do not listen to them."
We're all convicts and trash and such of that scum. We're all vampires, but you act like a beast. Let her go.
Yes, let her go. Let us have a little taste too.
She's gonna try to run for it. She starts to run. You guys can do something, but if you want her, she's running. Does anybody want to try to grab her?
So she gets away from me? Can I?
No, well, because you didn't have her, you only got a point of blood. Yeah. So you have to roll again. She's trying to run, so you're.
If she runs away, I'm just going to go back in the main hallway. I'm ignoring these convicts and scum now, but I know who they are.
Well, that's where she's running. She's running into the main hallway. So you want to follow her? Well, actually,
I'm not actually chasing her. I'm not actually chasing her. I'm just going to walk out into the hallway to go back to wherever we were headed.
The Count is chasing her.
To try and go after her, I'm going to try and stop them. I'm going to let her get a chance to get away.
Okay, so roll like a d6 against the Count because the Count wants to try to get her. So Young and Crystal roll d6.
4.
5.
Okay, the count's going to get past you. Go ahead and make it a 2d6 against her. Give me the highest number.
He go for he gets 4.
Okay, so you get a bite of her, but you don't grab her, but you like bite her quickly, and then she keeps running. So yeah, she's out in the hallway now.
Does he get any single point of blood?
Yeah, you get a single point of blood from her.
And he looks satisfied. He turns around and it's a little bit tangy, but very good.
Can I punch this guy in the face?
Count? Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna punch him in the face.
Make a 2d6.
What up? Okay.
If she walks up to punch the count, I'm going to come up from behind and I'm going to attack Dante then.
Okay, but she's going to get that first.
I mean, like I'm right at him.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to
Like,
stop him because it's too fast.
Yeah,
but-
he's just stating.
Oh, I know. I'm not trying to stop him, but I'm going to hit him too.
Okay, that's fine.
I got 2 6s. I think that's good, right?
Yeah. So you're going to do 4d6 damage against the count.
Oh wow. Okay. Oops. Oh, sorry. I'll draw on him. 1 second. Okay. Total of 12.
Okay, you're taking 12 points of damage, John. Count. Tony, go ahead and make your attack against.
Would it be 2 or 3?
Did you say
since I'm
12?
surprised
Did you
he's
say
behind?
12 points of damage?
12 points of damage for you, Young. You can do 3, Tony.
All right. At a 2, a 3, and a 6.
Okay, so a 6 is 3d6.
All right. Oh, 2 6s and a 2, so 14.
14 points of damage.
Good Lord.
Yeah, you take 14 points of damage, Dante. What's Antonio doing?
Watching them with half
And I just
surprise, half disdain, like Jesus Christ, you guys, like that.
yeah, and I scream at Dante and go, "Stop this, you fool! I've told you once."
The Count, he doesn't try to kill him, but while he tries to restrain him and then slap him around a little bit.
Okay, so you can make like a 2d6 seizing and subduing roll. So 2d6 and the highest number.
2d6. He also has Uncanny Fortune. I got a pool of 3d6 that I can spend per scene to,
Nice.
to enhance my rolls.
Okay, do it.
Yeah, he's gonna spend 1d6 dice, so I get to roll 3d6.
Nice.
I got 6, 4, and 2.
Okay, so Iron Grip, you basically have Dante locked down and Dante cannot get away. You could actually drink Dante dry if you wanted to.
Okay, he looks at Dante, and with his one free hand, he slaps him and he says, "Vado."
Okay. Okay, so the count is now slapped up. It's like this sad vampire being slapped by the count.
Would my telepathy still be in effect, or it would be over now?
I'll say it's the same.
Yeah, I would. As he's holding Dante, then I want to project an image into Dante's mind to just stop this foolishness. I'm going to project thoughts into its mind. Stop this foolishness. We have some more important stuff to do than this.
So Antonio, as he's projecting, he would ask Sebastian, being that he's got, he's particularly good at being aware of what kinds of things are happening. He's going to ask Sebastian, did you get into the woman's head?
Yes, her and these supposedly crew members are nothing but convicts that were also on this ship. They're telling the truth about how long and how many years we have been on ships and transported through space. That is true, but the rest of it is not. They are nothing but losers and convicts and scum.
The important thing is they've been bouncing us around for 500 years. That part's true, and that means the people that are in charge probably don't have any intention of letting us go. So we need to keep that in mind and make sure that we don't let on that we know that.
Yes, and we need to make sure Soldier Boy stays on our side, or he's gonna.
Well, it's not just Soldier Boy. Everybody has got to start using a little bit of restraint.
Do.
Ah,
And then he's going to be like, I'm going to the engine room because if the aliens get there and they blow the ship up, then nothing matters.
yes, Sebastian's phone Antonio. He's had enough of Soldier Boy in the count, so he's going with Antonio.
Okay. Yes, you guys pop into the hallway. You don't see any sign of this woman. She's long gone after all that.
I bet she is.
Looking to the south, you see the giant entrance to the that area. It's actually the computer room is first. It says engine/computer room this way with arrows and stuff pointing. So you can actually, this door is like a heavy duty door, but it has like a window on it, and you can look in and you see there's just banks of computers in there, and then you see another door at the other end of the room.
Well, I don't know anything about. I'm not a big computer guy. Anybody else know much about them?
These are 500 year since.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, they're all like crazy.
Yeah.
By the way, he lets Dante go.
Oh yeah.
After 2 slaps.
After 2 slaps. Okay. Oh boy.
So, being that these computers are probably way past anything I'm used to, then Antonio's just going to keep making his way, trying quickly as possible toward the engine room.
Yeah, this door, because as the commander, or who's calling himself the commander, stated, all the doors are pretty much opening up for you now. So you just press the button, it slides open, and you're looking into this computer room. It's all full of this like 3D like laser computer stuff that you can't even imagine. There are a couple of doors off to the left and the right, like they go into offices. And then there's a large door at the back of the room that says engine on it.
Okay. I'm heading for the ones that say engine.
Okay.
I'm right behind him.
Okay. Where's everybody else?
The count is all the way in the back. By the way, I spent two 2d6 to heal himself.
Okay, so 2 bloods for that. Perfect. Okay, so who had? Yep.
Yeah, Dante's had enough of these guys. He's not traveling with them anymore. He's gonna stay behind. He's gonna let them go do whatever they're gonna do.
Okay, you're gonna sit in that room with the convicts.
Yep.
Okay, so you're there. They look yummy. Go ahead and
wait.
and,
With what?
yeah, you got a whole bunch of humans in here, and now you're kind of alone. So maybe you know nobody's gonna. So maybe roll a d6 if you don't, or 2d6 to make sure you don't go into bloodlust and start eating the humans.
Are they in their pods?
Yeah, they're in pods, but they look yummy.
My-
Dante's alone.
The frozen food section.
I got a 2 and a 3.
Okay. No, you're using all your willpower. I mean, unless you want to not eat these humans that are here.
No, I mean, no, they haven't given me permission. I'm not going to touch them. I'm gonna get out of this particular place, but I'm not going to follow those guys anymore.
Okay, so where do you want to go? Do you want to walk back north towards the pilot area, or do you want to go across the hall to the room that the green beast came out of that they fought the spidery thing?
Yeah, I'll say I'll go back to the green beast room for now.
Okay, that room is full of like crates and stuff like that. Like it's not there's no people in there.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, you guys go into the computer room. You're walking through. Did somebody have awareness?
Yeah, I have awareness. It's one of my good traits.
Go ahead and roll it.
So it'd be 3d6.
Yep.
Both of us?
If anybody has
Pass was a 4.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got it too.
Success, but okay, go ahead and roll rush.
He beat my rolls, so.
Okay. All right. So what I'm going to say is that you're not fully surprised, but they get really close to you, so you're going to be basically immediately in melee. Those doors that were to the side that were offices, there must have been some of these alien creatures in there, because as soon as you head towards the large engineering door to open it, they come scuttling up behind you, and there's 2 of them.
Oh, shit.
So they're not going to get a jump on you, though, so you guys can still go first if you want. What do you want to do? There's 2 aliens. They look similar, spidery, with the face thing.
All right. Let me look at my supernatural powers here again. Oh, I got an idea.
Good.
Hold on. I gotta read about it.
Okay, that's fine. You want to? Does Sebastian?
I'll go next.
I want to go.
Yeah, I'm going to use, since I'm back up to 3 blood points, I'm going to expend 1 to go back down to 2 now. But I'm going to use, I have dread. The vampire can cause irrational and extreme fear in those he chooses to target. So I want to target both of these spider creatures and just put the fear of dread into them.
Okay, perfect. So give me 2d6.
All right. A 4 and a 5.
Oh, nice. Success. Yeah, you frighten them. They start to back up. They head back. They're going to go back into the main hall. They're just going to go straight back, towards the. They're not going to go back in the offices. They go back towards the place where you guys came from.
Like where the count's coming?
Yeah, basically where the count is. Yeah.
By the way, on my 2d6, I rolled 11, so he's back up by 11 points.
Oh, great. Yeah, you see these 2 alien creatures like backing up. They're not like running because they want to keep an eye on Sebastian, but they're backing up towards where you are, Count. And they eventually, if you don't stop them, they'll eventually go through that door that you just came through.
Does it take your action to spend a blood point to activate a power?
Yeah.
Shit.
And so, I mean, like in this case, the power was the dread, so it happens immediately. But if it was like getting the strength, takes a round to turn it on, then you use it.
Okay.
Depends on the power. Like what's the power?
Well, I was thinking about using strength this time. I was going to use dread, but he pretty much nailed it already. So,
you turn it on, and then you would then attack.
So
which you can do. I mean, they're going to take a couple rounds to get out of this room. It's a large room.
Yeah, because there's 2 of them, I'm going to go ahead and spend another blood point and trigger the. That's 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah. All right, I'm going to spend another blood point and trigger the unnatural strength.
Okay. All right, so they're backing up towards that door. Count. You see them backing up. Is there anything you want to do?
He straightens his cape and makes sure that he's looking pretty good, and just nods and allows them to pass and observes.
Okay. All right, they're not attacking or anything. They're dreaded out, so they're heading towards the door. Did you want to chase them, Antonio? Also, you're super strong, so feel free to pick things up and hit things with stuff. Not to tell you what to do, but you can do stuff like that because you're super strong. You can do anything like that if you want. But they are currently leaving.
Does it affect your damage that you do?
Not really, but it's epic.
All right. Well, is it my go?
It can be.
Then I'm going to go after one of them.
All right. He's going to go.
Yes.
All right, go for it.
All right, here we go.
Make a 2d6.
2d6. I got 5 and a 2.
All right, so 2d6 times 3 damage.
Let's see here. That's going to be, I got a 5 on 2d6, so that's 15.
All right, wow, nice. Good. Tony, because this one's been hit, I'm going to say he's going to get a chance to resist it, so go ahead and make another 2d6 on that.
On the dread, okay. 2 and a 3. So
okay, so that one is no longer dreading you guys. So it's gonna come into combat. What about?
I just did.
Well, what do you want to do, Crystal? I mean, you're not in the scene, unless you want to come running into it.
No, I'm definitely not.
Okay. All right, well, they're in the middle of fights.
Forget about me and just.
Oh no, I haven't forgotten about you. Okay, so yeah, one is now stopping to fight, and the other one's continuing through the door. What does the Count want to do?
Count seeing that the violence has erupted, he smiles and bares his fangs and says, "It is time to attack again," and he descends on it. He rolls 4, 6, and 3.
Okay, so 3d6 damage.
Yeah.
You're going after the same one that Rush attacked, I'm assuming.
Yeah, 3d6. 6, 5, 14.
Oh, wow. Okay. So that would be... Cool. I need like a little clickers to change its dice. That's not easy. All right. Yeah, this one's pretty hurt. What's Sebastian doing this round?
But if he sees both of them attack, I guess I would probably get the link of it. It's broke the link, then I would probably understand that too, wouldn't I? That it broke the link of Dread with it.
It's clearly not
Yeah.
scaring you anymore.
Yeah, I'm going to run up there and attack it too then. After seeing them two attack it, no, I don't have the link with it to Dread anymore. 1 and a 5. So 5.
5 is 2d6.
All right. Ooh, pretty good. 9 damage total.
9 is exactly what you needed. So you take this one out. The other one's still being afraid, goes through the door. Chris, Dante, you see...
Yep. Oh, I'm sorry. It's like a delay on my end. I was just going to say, I'm going to quickly, if I can I drink some of its blood and gain a blood point of it? Because
yeah, you can drink one point.
To me, I'm doing it. I just want to, like, if I get anything off of it, I take it. Like the difference between us and them, knowing they're intelligent.
You mean like with the telepathy?
Well, not really. Just, like if I'm drinking the blood, do I get, like any shudders or anything that's different about its blood or?
No, I mean, it's definitely more like an animal's blood, even though it's intelligent. Like, as far if you would consider it dirty blood.
I'll wipe my mouth off and look at the count and just go, they taste no better than such as a cat or a dog. Don't taste it. Ugh.
It is not fashionable to drink such a creatures.
Oh, I had to try it though. Ugh.
Right. So the door opens. That the one that's dreading heads out. It's going backwards. Dante, you see one of these alien things enter the hallway. It doesn't seem to see you because you're off on the side. It's heading north.
Okay, you said there are crates and stuff in this in here, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna attempt to duck behind one of the crates and hide, and I'm good at stealth.
Okay. 36.
Okay. 1, 2, and 4, total of 7.
Okay. So it's just the highest one. You're able to get behind the crates enough, but you make some noise, and the creature just pauses and looks. But then it kind of like shakes its head and then it continues north. Okay. So back in the room, you guys just killed this one. What do you want to do?
Well,
continue. I guess continue wherever we were going, right, Antonio?
Well, we need to kill them all. So
the count actually chases after him.
Yeah, we need to chase this one down and kill it. If it's intelligent, we don't want it warning others.
Let the soldier boy take care of it. It was going his way.
By this time, Count is already running towards the one that's getting away.
Okay, so you're gonna run out the door. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Sebastian's not going that way. He's going to stay where he's at.
Okay. How about Antonio?
Well, he would call after to the count. We didn't make it to the engine room yet, correct?
Nope.
So he would call to the count and say, "Make it to the engine room as quick as you can when you're finished with it."
And down the hallway, you hear the laughter, fading laughter.
Okay, so you guys head towards the engine room door to open it. That's a little more complex of a door, but you'll be able to work it. It'll just take somebody roll 2d6 to try to open it.
Can I use investigation? Would that be good to try to?
Sure.
Is my natural strength over?
Only if you want to break. Oh yes.
I had a 6.
Oh yeah, you're able to open it, no problem. You would even doesn't even take you a minute. So the count runs out. Dante, you see the count come laughing as he chases the creature that just went past you. Do you want to attack it, Count?
I'm gonna let them both run past me.
Okay. Yeah, he doesn't seem to you because
so can I just stay stealth?
Yeah, he doesn't. He didn't look in there. He's chasing the monsters, and he isn't not at all concerned about you. And the monsters, you know. Okay, so do you want to attack this thing because it turns on you, Count?
Yeah, he's going to go ahead and attack it.
Okay, go ahead.
He actually, before he engages on it, could he activate his unnatural strength?
Yeah, you can do that this round. Then it'll get an attack on you before you get to go. Then.
Oh, I gotcha.
Because that takes a point. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's just going to attack. Yeah, just going to attack.
Okay.
3d6. I got 2 6s and 1 3.
Oh, nice. 2 6s is 46 damage.
Nice. Oh shoot! I got 21.
Oh wow, nice. Wow, you take a big chunk out of it. It turns back on you with its terrible maw and tries to bite at you. And it gets a 6. So 6 is 3d6 damage. So this thing bites at you and does 11 points of damage.
Ooh.
Then it's back on your turn again.
Okay. And he attacks again.
Okay, go for it.
1 6, 1 and 2.
Okay, so the 6 does 3d6 damage.
That's 10 points of damage.
Nice. It's still up. It tries to bite at you.
Hey,
Yep.
Daniel, I want to try to like move from like I'm kind of hiding behind the crates. I want to move to where when I see this fight turn either one way or the other, like if he kills this creature, what I want to try to do is this, like before he has any time to react, is try to like run up stealthily and like grab him by the back, because his back is to me right now, right? Gong's back, our Count's back.
Yeah, you can move.
Yeah,
up.
he should be. Yep.
Yeah, you can move
Okay,
up into
so I'm gonna wait until either he kills the insect or something else happens to see what to do.
Yeah,
But
so
if he can kill that insect, I'm gonna be off. I'm not gonna give him time to like know I'm there.
Okay, so you're waiting in the airlock. All right, so the creature attacks. 6. All right, it's 1 6, so it does. Oof. Oh no, that's a 1. Okay, good. It does 11 points of damage, and it's on you now.
Oh man, that brings him down to 6 points of hit points.
You have a giant monster in front of you. What do you want to do?
Yeah, so he attacks the monster.
Do it.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, at this point, he's just gonna finish him off, or he tries to. 5, 4, and 1.
Okay, so 5 is 2d6.
6 points of damage.
Not enough. It's still up.
Ah!
It's struggling to stand. One of its legs is broken, and it looks at you as green ichor drips out of its mouth, and it tries to bite you with its last bit of breath. Got another 6. Okay. Oh, actually, that's pretty low. No, it's not that low. It's it's 11 points. So that brings you below 0. So you drop.
He goes, ah!
Yeah, the count drops to the ground. You see this?
Okay, he drops to the ground.
Yeah. So you were, well, how many hit points were you?
I was at 6.
Okay, so you're -5. It's important because you have to heal back up, so they get counts against them. You can actually use your own blood supply if you want, but you can't do anything until you reach 0. So it thinks you're dead, so it starts to walk away.
Yeah, Dante's gonna continue to hide. Then he's not gonna go in there. He's gonna let the thing walk away.
Okay. Yeah, it's really hurt, and it goes up like about 3 more doors, and then goes into one of the doors. And you can try to heal yourself by using, if you have points of blood. Count.
Can I like move up to the count at this point? Could I like stop him from healing or something?
No.
Oh,
It's internal.
Yeah. So
Damage?
he's at what was it? 1d. So he's got 2 blood points right now. So I can spend both of them, right?
You can, but then you won't be able to get up because you
Oh.
can't. It takes one. Yeah, you won't be able to.
Okay.
When you use
Actually,
your blood, you're basically gone. You're not dead, but you're unconscious.
I see. Yeah, I mean, he's just going to spend 1.
Yep.
6.
Oh, you're up. So you see the count cough or whatever, and he gets up very wounded.
Can I run and try to stealth attack him now? I'm basically going to try and put him in a headlock.
Yeah, do it. Roll 36.
I don't know if I can do this, so I got to ask. I mean, I'm sure Dante would know if he could do this. Like, can you sleep hold a vampire?
No. I mean, you can knock him out by you'd have to attack him if you want to knock him out.
Yeah, that's what. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. All right. Yeah. So I got a 2, 5, and a 6, total of 13.
Okay, so a 6 is 3d6 damage. So do 3d6 damage.
All right. Total of 12.
Okay, so you were at 1. So you're negative 11 now. Count. You're basically unconscious.
Yeah, he gets up and says, "Oh, what a great monster!" And he looks at Dante and says, "That." Ah! He falls back down.
Yeah, the count is down for the count, as they say.
Awesome.
The only way he can come back up now is if he either gets blood from somebody, or so he can heal. Basically, that's the only way he can do it at this point.
Dante's gonna say basically, those like you do not deserve to be among the awakened, and I'm gonna attempt to find one of these pods to put his body in and put him into cryo sleep again.
Okay, I mean, do you want to go all the way back to the ones you came from, or do you want to go back where the criminals were? That's closer. The
criminals are human though, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna go just to the ones we came from. We'll be fine. The ones we woke up in.
Okay, so you're going to drag them all the way back to the front of the ship. Oh, you're dragging them up there. Meanwhile, in engineering, the door slides open. You're looking into this this engineering area that has these like large piston-looking things that have all kinds of markings. You have no idea what they mean on them, but you do see 2 of these creatures in here. And they seem to be, one of them seems to be like, actually, even though it's spidery and everything, it's like trying to work the computer. It's like one finger typing. But the other one turns and sees you. So what do you guys want to do? You got Sebastian and Antonio.
How's your health, Tony?
Well, I'm about half at half, really, but
I've got 3 blood left. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to spend 1 blood. Damn it.
Hold on, you know what? Let's take a break. You can think about it.
Okay.
Anyways, so as you face off against these 2, so currently Dante is dragging his former companion, now in an unconscious, beat up state, down the hallway, and you 2 are facing off against 2 giant aliens, and we'll come back in 5 minutes. No. Are people back?
I
I'm
am.
here.
Dante's back.
The Count is dead and loving it.
The Count is back. How about Sebastian and Antonio?
I'm back.
I don't see Rush's lovely face, so he's probably not back.
Lazy bastard.
Okay. So, anyways, we're just gonna roll when Rush comes back in because I can do a Dante scene while we're waiting. So you're heading up the hallway. Do you have awareness, Dante?
I have things I'm good at.
Or bad?
Oh yeah, sure. No, I'm bad at straights and marks. I don't know if that would affect it at all.
Nope. You can just roll 2d6 then.
Okay. Oh crap. Ow. Oh, there it is. Okay, sorry. I gotta keep this thing close by me. All right. 2d6. I rolled a 3 and a 3.
Okay. So 3. Okay. So all right. So you failed to notice this wounded creature that had ducked into the side because you're dragging the Count, so you're not paying attention. So it's gonna get a free attack against you. However, it's gonna be -1 die because you kind of see it. Okay, it misses actually. It jumps out. It's so wounded. It swings and it doesn't do anything. So what do you want to do? This thing just came at you. It's wounded.
Okay. I know this thing's intelligent, right?
I don't know that you know that. Yeah, I think so. He said it in front of you.
I mean, yeah, because I think he said it in front of me. Okay, I'm going to. All right, then I'm going to see if I can. I'm going to spend 1, maybe 2 rounds, depending on how things go. Just trying to kind of like put my hands like away as if, like in a not dangerous way. And I'm going to be like, I know you can understand me. I don't want to hurt you.
Okay, it attacks you.
Okay.
Got 1 6. 14 points of damage.
14 points of damage. Okay, I'm down. -2.
Oh, you really? All right, so you slump to the ground next to the Count. No. If you have any blood, you can bring yourself up if you want.
If I have any what?
If you have any blood, you can bring yourself back up.
Okay. Can I choose when to do that, or do I just do it?
No, you can do it whenever you want. You would need to use 1 point of blood. You can't if you go down to 0 blood though, then you go into a different kind of coma. So you can only do 1. But unless you roll a 1, you should be fine to come back up.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna stay passed out for now.
Okay.
I can choose.
You're not aware of your environment, so keep that in mind. But you're just passed out. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you don't know what's happening. You go down, but right now you're just like, whatever. So you and the Count are laying there in the hallway. Okay, so back in the engineering room, there's 2 of these creatures. One is doing the keyboard, and the other one was kind of standing guard, and they see you. So what are you guys doing?
Sebastian is going to use because he's arrogant, jealous, and patient, all that good stuff. So he's tired of this. He just wants to find a way out. So he's going to use a blood point to use dread on both of them again.
Okay, so roll 2d6.
Oh, 2 6s.
Nice. Yeah, you freaked them out. You're basically blocking the door. There's nowhere for them to go. They just moved to the far end of the engineering, and they're kind of like coward. They're trying to hide behind stuff.
Yeah, and I will look towards Antonio and just go, they are easy prey now. They are scared of us.
Okay, so first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to use 1 blood point to power up the strength again.
Okay.
Which I think takes my whole turn, right?
Yeah, but they're not doing anything because they're cowering, so you can just go.
So then I'm going to spend another blood point and power up lightning reflexes.
Jeez. All right, so you only have 1 blood point.
All in, man. It's 2 on 1.
All right, do it.
So now I'm down to 1 blood point. Down from 6. The game did say that your blood total would vary wildly.
Indeed.
I'm trying to keep it
during these two rounds.
Hold on.
Okay. During these 2 rounds, did Sebastian want to do anything while he's powering up?
No, he's just going to maintain his dread on him. You know, he's looking to keep focus on that while he's seeing what Antonio's going to do.
Keep them terrified.
Okay. Yeah, they're not doing anything currently because unless you attack them or something, they're going to stay dreaded as long as you're eyeballing them.
Okay. 1, 2. All right, here we go. 3 attacks.
Go for it.
All right. So 1 attack is the highest one is a 4.
Okay. So that's 1d6.
One attack is a 6 and a 3, and 1 attack is a 6 and a 4. So I got a 4, 6, and a 6.
Yeah, so it's going to be right. It's going to be a 1d6 times 3, then the 3d6 times 3.
All right, so that's 1d6, and then all right. So let's do that one first. And then it's 66, right? 3d6 twice.
No, multiply it by 2. Well, yeah, but do each one separately because we had to multiply it.
Oh, okay, all right. So the first one was a 2, so that's 6 multiplied by 3.
That's right. So 6.
The next one is going to be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 multiplied by 3. Right? That would be
that's
27.
27 plus 6. Okay, so it's still up.
And the third attack damage is 6, 11, 12, 13 times 3 for 33.
Okay, that's good because it only had 7 left. So the other can be carried over to the other creature.
Shit, are you serious?
Yeah, you can carry over damage if they're near each other. So that's 20.
33 minus that is be 25.
25 goes immediately onto the other creature. So the other creature is basically bloodied. But now, Tony, you're gonna have to make. Sebastian's gonna have to make a dread check again to make sure this one doesn't come out of it.
And that's 2d6, right?
Yep.
Oh, a 2 and a 3.
Okay, so it's gonna come out of it, but you can still do something else this round if you want before it goes.
Yeah, if I see it, well, I guess I would sense and know it's coming out of it. That, so I would run and attack it then if I can.
Okay.
4 and a 6, so 6 the highest.
Yep. So 3d6.
Nice roll.
Man, these dice are on fire sometimes. Whew, pretty good damage. 2 5s and a 4, so 14.
Okay, I'm gonna say kill it. It would have had 1 more left, but it's fine. You get it. Actually, no. Let me give it an attack. That's only fair. Sebastian, odd, Antonio. So it's odd. So Antonio's getting attacked. Oh, all right. Oh, the other thing is too. So Antonio, you're gonna take 9 points of damage, and then we'll just say it dies. But since you took 3 attacks and your blood was so low, you need to roll 3d6 for each of those attacks. And don't get a 1 on any of those 3d6s. if you do, you're in blood rage, and you'll attack anything that's near you, including Tony's character.
Yeah. All right. 3d6 for each attack?
Yep. Every time you make an action.
Oh, sorry, Tony. I didn't know that.
That's okay.
Well, there's a pretty good chance you won't do it.
All right. We're good on the first one.
Okay.
Good on the second one.
Huh.
This is where it comes. This is where we triple one it. Yes, we made it.
Oh man.
What's your blood level, Tony?
2.
Okay, so you got to make a roll 2 with the 2d6 and not get a 1. Just one roll.
Just one roll.
Oh
2d6.
no.
Man, a 2 and a 4.
Okay, so you don't get a.
Both.
Yeah, you guys are like you're wanting blood, but you were able to drop these things pretty easily. So you just killed 2 more. So you killed a total of 3 there, 4, and 1 ran. So you've killed 4.
Antonio would look over at Sebastian when it was over as he calms himself down out of his speed rage and say, I don't usually indulge in activities like this, but damn if it isn't invigorating.
Well, and also the Count is not here to see this. And you'll see me jump down straight on one of them, and I'll gain 1 blood point by draining their blood.
Okay.
Actually,
So
I'm
I'm
going
gonna
to do the same thing.
Yeah, you can drain 1 with no issues.
All right. So I'm back to 2.
And I guess I would go over and start, even though I won't know nothing about it, go over and look at when it was at the console or whatever, just try to figure out what he was doing.
Yeah, it's very. You basically see what is like a 3D model of the ship. Kind of in space, and you can kind of see like there's like all numbers all over it, and you actually do see like clearly sticking off of the ship is another ship that's connected to it. You're not sure what he was doing, but it clearly shows there is another ship attached, and that ship is near the front, and you're at the back.
Yeah, I guess by the end of this point, I'm going to look towards Antonio and go, I don't guess the Count made it through. I guess the creature must have took him. He should have been back by now.
Well, we have to head forward from here. I just thought of something. The captain said that if we defeat the aliens, we could take their ship. How are we going to fly an alien ship with languages and controls that we can't read or not used to after being asleep for 500 years?
That's what the captain is for.
I got you. What's our kill count now?
4.
All right, so we're halfway through. So I would look for some kind of communication, like something that, it should be obvious if one looks like a communication or not.
Yeah, there's like a screen, like the captain's been talking to you since.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when
it may take you a minute, but you can probably figure out how to, there's a button or whatever.
Yeah. So I'm trying to call the captain up and let him know that his engine room is secure.
Okay. He comes up and he says, you need to hurry. They're trying to breach the bridge.
Okay.
We're all going to be dead.
So now we got to get to the complete other end of the ship. Thanks. Okay.
Yeah, I've got a question for the captain, too, because I think I would probably ask this, having awareness and investigation and survival. I would ask him if there's any way would he have been able to see on the monitors of the Count, where the Count was and what happened to the Count. Because we know that we sent the Count after one of those creatures, but he never come back, so...
Yeah, he says, yes, 2 of you are gone, dead in the hallway. I wish we could free some more, but I think you're all, the other cryo chambers are broken.
It doesn't matter. Those 2 fools weren't hardy enough like we are.
I'm going to tell him that, well, if they're trying to break into the bridge, that means we have to make it back to the front of the ship. So we'll see if we can find them along the way. When we leave the engine room, though, can you seal the door so that they can't get in here again?
Yeah, he says that he can. And he also says that he detects 2 of them in 1 in 24 and the other one in 5. And then the other two remaining ones are trying to get to the bridge.
Do we need to come to the bridge first, or do we go to 2 and 25 first?
I'm not a soldier.
I would look at Sebastian and.
Oh, I guess whichever one of the rooms we come to first, we'll just start there.
All right. Okay, well, we're leaving the engine room, so seal the door so they can't get in here and try and blow your ship.
Okay. Yeah, he does that. I'll point out, just because it's nothing, not to tell you what to do or whatever, but just because it's a new game, they can when you do find them, you can wake them up by either giving them your blood, which you're low, but you can also give them other blood too. Like they can have any blood can wake them up.
Right.
Just so you know that works that way. Okay.
Is the creature still there with them though, or we just find them two laying there passed out in the hall?
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah,
I was wondering if would I wake up before they get to me? Like, I mean, how automatic is it? Or
yeah, you're not aware of your surroundings, so
I have new blood
right away. So how long did you want to be out for?
I mean, I wanted to be out. I didn't. I mean, I don't know if I can like tell time or anything while I'm knocked out like that. But basically, I wanted to just attempt to stay asleep long enough that I think maybe, hopefully, the creature will go away.
Oh yeah, you're like a couple minutes. Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, the creature goes away pretty quickly. I mean, you don't know that, but you know, if you wait like 3 or 4 minutes, by the time that combat is over and they just talk to the people by that time, and then you wake up, yeah, you can be up. You're down near door 5. No, I'm sorry, door 7. You guys are coming out of the engineering, and you can clearly see down the hallway there's somebody way at the other end. You can see, you know, it's pretty far. You can, and you know, there's not too many people running around, so you might think that it's your companions. You only see the one, Dante, standing there, and Dante, of course, you see 2 people come out of the engineering room. And you're about 150 yards apart.
I would start double timing to get down there.
Can vampires like take blood from other vampires?
Yep.
I'm at 1 blood. I mean, should I test to see if I have bloodlust against them?
You wouldn't get it against a vampire unless you want to.
Okay. All right.
You can take it if you want, but it's not actually a good idea because if you take their blood, they can sometimes gain control over you. You don't want to.
Right. No. I wanted to make sure that I wouldn't have to do that.
Nope.
Okay. No. Yeah. If they come to me, I'll start rubbing my head. As I'm and trying to get myself together.
Okay.
And as they come to me, I'm not even gonna like act like I even know what happened to the camp. I'm just gonna say like, there's one of those creatures. It was just in here. I think it went that way, and I'll point the way I think it went.
Okay, before that happens, though, they're running up toward you, and as you run past 25, it bursts open. And go ahead and let's just say we're going to roll 2d6 apiece as these small bits of dark matter come flying out at you.
What?
I had 2 3s.
Okay. Rush.
2d6, you said?
Yeah.
I got a 5 and a 4.
Okay, so you're able to dodge them. Sebastian, unfortunately, gets hit, but for only 1d6. Like a tiny little black hole hits you and does 5 points of damage.
Okay.
And then behind it, you see one of these aliens. It snarls at you. So what do you guys want to do? You see way down the hallway, like a bit of a run is Dante, but in front of you right now, or to the side of you right now, technically, is an alien.
Oh, I'm going to run straight to the alien.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll turn, but I'll call to Dante to please come give us a hand.
He's been no help since the beginning. He's not going to help us. He's scared.
Well, just let's just take care of this. This is number 5.
Okay. Make your attacks or whatever you're going to do.
Yeah.
A 6 and a 2, so 6 was the highest.
Nice. So 6 is 3d6 damage.
Oh, horrible. 2 1s and a 2, so 4.
Oh God. Well, every little bit counts, I guess.
Yep. So I rolled. My highest was a 5.
Okay, so that's
2d6.
2d6. Yeah, you guys are good.
9.
9. Nice. Okay. So it's still up. It's going to swing out at, let's see, even will be Sebastian. Odd, it will be Antonio. So that's even. So Sebastian. Man, you're a target, Sebastian. Highest is a 5, which is 2d6. So just 5 points of damage.
All right.
Yep. The beast swings at you. Okay, so back to you guys. What do you want to do?
Same thing. I'll last shot at it again. Ooh, a 6 and a 4. So highest is 6. So 3d6.
Yep.
God, horrible damage again. A 6, a 2, and a 1. So 9.
That's not bad though. It's
Does
not as
this
bad.
thing have its Does this thing have its back to me?
No, it's actually in the airlock, and they're fighting it, and you're down the other side. Are you running towards it?
Well, I want to. If it has its back towards me, I'll try and stealth up behind it. But if not, then no, I'm gonna stay where I'm at.
Okay, so you stay way down the end of the corridor. Okay, that's fine. Antonio.
Oh, sorry. You said an airlock. Is this an airlock to the out? No, it can't be.
It's an airlock to one of the storage.
Gotcha. All right. I got 2 3s.
Okay, so 3 is a miss, so you do no damage. Just so it's clear, I mean, maybe in the middle of combat isn't time to do it, but just so it's...
So basically you need a 4.
You've done enough of the ship to get an idea of what it looks like, so let me just quickly show you what the ship looks like, just so it's more clear, just in case it's not.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so basically you guys you're currently here at 25. So like you've got this this hallway, and then you got this like little mini airlock, and then the storage area. So you're like fighting right here.
Okay.
Dante's up here near 5. So Dante, you're way up there, and these guys are down here. So that's why you can't really see him. You can't see the monster anyways. Anyways, just so that's clear. So there's a bunch of these little things sticking off. That's basically what you're dealing with. Okay, so anyways, next round, that round is over. I'm sorry, both of you guys won. So the monster's going to go. It's going odd, so it's going to attack Antonio this time. Okay, it's got 1 6. Okay, so Antonio, you're going to take 11. And then it's your turn. Sebastian / Antonio.
Yep, I'll just attack again if he's still up.
While they're fighting, can I take the Count's body and continue going where I was going before?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm going to do.
Good.
I had a 5, so that's 2d6.
6, yep.
Ooh, good this time. 8 damage.
Nice. All right. Still standing, but barely.
Test. There we go. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's on
Yep.
you.
All right. Yeah, there was like my internet crashed and came back, but I was off muted, but y'all were still showing me as.
Oh, he dropped.
Oh, lost rush.
Got him. The alien got him.
Alien. Okay, so you're moving up towards that room, Dante, and as you breach the airlock with the count over your shoulder, that wounded alien is waiting for you. Roll 2d6 for your awareness to see if you get a surprise on you.
Okay. I'll roll a 1 and a 2.
Okay, so it's gonna get jump on you, get a free attack. 6, just 3d6 damage. Luckily that wasn't a damage roll, because it was a 6 and 2 spots. Damage is going to be 11.
Okay. I was at -2. I don't know what happened when I took my blood.
You have to roll a d6. You have to roll a d6 to get back your hit points from the blood. So do that first.
Okay. Just 1d6.
If you use 1 point of blood, yeah.
A 6.
Okay, so then you're at 4, and you just took 11.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
-7.
Yeah.
You drop the count, and you guys are laying in the airlock.
Okay.
Okay. Back to Antonio.
Are we real time now?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's the craziest thing because my internet crashed, came back, and then while I was waiting, Hangouts crashed, and as I come back, I'm hearing a description.
Oh, you just froze up. If you can hear us. Bye-bye.
See, we thought you were going to be knocked out for the internet.
I know when I hear thunder right now, so I'm like any minute. Oh.
No, man, you got to kill these things. This one.
It's raining. It's raining where I'm at, so perfect night for a horror game for all of us almost.
Yeah, that creature that's like really wounded has just been knocking you down each time. you just don't kill it. Huh. It's really wounded too, like that one. Rush is still frozen. Think we're gonna get him back? Let's just you just have some Sebastian go while we're waiting.
Yep, I'll keep attacking it now. 5, so 2d6.
2d6, yeah.
9 damage.
9, okay. It only had 10, and since I'm sure that Antonio probably would have attacked it, we'll say that took it out. So it drops.
All right.
Yeah, and you're looking into a this particular one, 25, is it seems like it has a bunch of like large like glass cylinders with these little balls of like antimatter basically floating around inside of them, and one of them is broken, and that's what came flying out at you.
So if I look back out down the hallway, I don't see Dante standing in there no more.
That's right, Dante's gone.
Oh, he's hiding somewhere. I'm gonna start down the way where I last seen him. Then I guess Antonio would probably go with me. I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean you're heading down towards Bay 17, which is where you originally. That's basically where they are, which is basically 2 away from the front, which is where you were heading anyways. So yeah, so when you get down to 17, you see. You see actually the doors open and you see both your 2 companions. Actually, what's your awareness so I can see how far in advance you see it?
And is that 2 or 3d6 for awareness?
Right, you got awareness?
Yeah, I got awareness, yeah. 5 was the highest.
Okay, that's pretty good. So you see when you're about maybe 20 feet away or so, you see your companions, Dante and the Count. You see them like laying in the airlock. It's like open because the door couldn't close. So there's like a body there, so it's like trying to close on them.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk up there as stealthily as I can, knowing that something happened to them, but that's something just happened.
Okay. I mean, you being aware that you're being cautious, then we won't do any kind of surprise or anything. So when you come around that corner and like look at them, you see an alien in there, like waiting. You kind of have like a second where you stare at each other, but then you can go.
Yep, I'm gonna run straight to it then. 4 highest.
4 is a D6, I think. Yep.
I got a 5 for damage.
That's enough. That incredibly wounded alien that's like taking everybody in the party out now drops.
Sorry. And I look back at Antonio and I go, "Oh, that's 2 more we just finished. Guess this one here attacked Dante."
Okay.
Of course, Dante was trying to hide in here. It looks like to me.
Yeah, you're back in 17 or in the airlock for 17, which is the one that you started in. You're basically 2 locks away from basically the pilot area where they say the other 2 are trying to break in. And you see Dante and you see the Count on the ground. You just killed an alien. Also in this room are all the chambers that you guys came out of. And that other vampire that you woke up is dead. So the alien obviously got to him.
Yeah, and I'm not worried about Dante or the Count. I'm just, my mind is going on to look for the other aliens. That's what Sebastian would do.
Okay. If he's dead, he's dead. The other vampire is down, correct?
The one that was woken up by the Count?
Yeah.
Yep.
So are we able to drain blood from one that's in that state?
You can, but there's a risk because if he happens to be more powerful than you, because you don't really know, you might end up being his servant. So it's risky. But you can drink from other vampires. And in fact, I think the vampire blood is worth double.
It is.
Yeah.
The other thing too is that it also creates an emotional bond.
That's what I mean, yeah. And depending on how high level he is versus you, you might actually become like, really connected. So I don't know if you want to risk that or not. It's up to you.
I'll leave him.
I mean, there is a whole room, although it's all the way to the other end of the ship. There's a whole room full of humans.
And I would go ahead and pull Dante and the Count. I would pull them out of the doorway, into the room where the door would slide back closed.
Yeah, I mean, you that whole room full of bandits, and also the two people that you drank from before are still around somewhere. You just don't know where they are.
So the room that had the criminals that were slated for execution.
Yep.
Is there anything on their pods that designates what their crime was?
No, there was no sign of what they were at all. You only knew that because of the mind reading.
Okay. So, Antonio would go into that room.
And you know what's back down there?
Oh, are they far away?
Let me show you the map again. Okay, so you are currently here.
17.
Yep, they are in 30.
Oh, Jesus.
So it's literally at the other end of the ship.
Yeah, never mind. All right.
You can definitely go there. It's just going to take you a minute.
Well, all right, so you said 2 more down, so that only leaves 2 left.
That's right. There's 2 left, and in theory, they are right up in this area because they're trying to get through the airlock.
Oh,
You don't see them, but you also know there's a large protected area.
We think there's 2 of them there.
That's what your last interaction with the captain was. You can't call the captain from here because somebody broke the monitor.
Where along the ship is the where along the ship is the alien ship attached?
Oh, right, because you saw the thing. It's here. And also, you can go outside the ship. By the way, I should mention that these go outside.
Yeah, and we don't need.
No, I mean, you're vampires. Breathe or anything, right? It doesn't say you do. You certainly could go out in space if you want. Now, there is a chance if you get hit when you're out in space, you might go flying, but you could do that.
Yeah. My only concern is that when we kill these 2, they're gonna flip the UV lights on, and that's gonna be the end.
No, when have humans ever gone back on their word?
Well, shit.
Hey, Daniel, can I spend a blood point to regain some HP, you say? You spend 1 for D6?
You can, right?
Yeah,
how many do you have?
I had 3 blood points right now.
Sure.
Oh, it's 2 HP back. Oh, well.
I'm blowing this up so you can see a bit better where you're at.
Yeah.
So, obviously the alien ship is not here because this thing didn't have that. This part here is the heavily sealed airlock. The alien ship is essentially attached to it here. You'd go through here, of course, and then this goes into the bridge, basically, area.
Itself. Yeah.
And then these are the laser cannons that Crystal wants to be able to fire. Whichever.
Yeah, I'm gonna head straight to where we're told the other 2 are in. That's what Sebastian is.
Okay. I mean, they'll open this up for you if you go up there and talk to the captain. He'll open this door and they're in here. If you just want to go fight them, or you can get to their ship outside, or wherever you want. You can also get here from outside without going through the captain. It's up to you.
I think it's Sebastian's mind and his flaws and his bad points that he would go straight to attack the aliens. That's just what he would do.
Okay.
Are the other 2 up, by the way, or are they still laying in the hallway?
I pulled them into the room and just left them. I'm not fooling with them.
Yeah, I mean, you could feed them the other vampires' bloods even if you don't want to drink it. It would bring them back up, but they might become thralls of those vampires.
Good. I wish I had some more blood points. I'd feed him my blood.
You could do it. You should do that kind of thing. You can get some.
Do what I tell you.
No.
Well, would just kind of look at Sebastian and say, well, this is all about survival, so we just gotta, I guess, hope they keep their word.
It's the best choice we can make right now. These two here, the Count may could have helped us, but this other coward has done nothing. Leave him here.
Oh, also, I don't know if anybody fed off of it, but you did just kill an alien, so you could feed off of this alien as well.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll get one off of him.
And actually, you could feed them off the alien and give them a point of blood each if you want to. You could give them multiple points of blood off the alien, but there might be a chance that they have like a freak out. It turns out how much you care about them.
Yeah, I mean, well, Sebastian don't care about either one of them now. He's just, I mean, he wouldn't do anything with them. He's just gonna leave them lay there.
Okay.
His whole goal is like survival, and the arrogant and patient, he's going to go find those other two creatures and either kill them or they're going to knock him out.
Okay. Is that what you want to do?
Last question. Damn it. I guess I probably should have asked this while we were looking at the model, but would we have any idea of where an escape pod or lifeboat would be?
No, not well. I mean, you don't know, but I'll tell you that the way this works is this whole front part here is like the escape. Like basically, if they needed to, they could jettison this entire ship and just keep. This is a very small crew. Like they literally all fit up here.
Yeah, because this is only a crew of 3.
Yeah, there's a crew of 3. Like basically, these are in a sense escape pods because they're fully sealed. So if they had to, they could just drop you in space and pick you up later. You know, cryo.
It kind of reminds me of the ship from Pitch Black in a way, the way it operates. It was only like, I don't know if y'all have seen that one, but it's like 2 or 3 people, and it's a whole giant cargo ship.
Yeah, that's basically. And it was cool that I found it. So yeah. I was going to draw one, and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool.
Oh, I like that one.
Yeah, actually, what's interesting about this too is you see at the bottom here, it's actually supposed to be, these things go in all 4 directions. Yep. I tried to kind of explain that when you first came up, but I didn't want to deal with it, so I didn't have to give you all.
It's cool. As soon as I saw front view, I'm like, oh, there's 4. They come in groups of 4. Okay, well then I would just look at Sebastian and say, well, let's see what happens.
Oh, you're just going to go for it?
Yeah, why not? I can't think of any other way to try and guarantee anything. So,
all right. I'll set up my monsters. The dice here. Okay, so if you approach that large airlock section that goes into the front part of the ship, and you signal to the captain, he says, "It's about time. They're almost through. 2 more minutes and they would have been through into our area. Quick, get them!" And then the thing slides open. Doesn't wait for you to wait for it. But I will say this: they're trying to cut through the airlock, so they're using some kind of like a device attached to their. They don't really have hands, but to their like claws that has like a laser on it or something, because they're cutting it, and you can see the lines going down into their ship. So it's some kind of weird technology you've never seen before. But so they're not paying attention to you. So I'll give you each a free go at them when you first pop in, because they didn't expect you to be there.
All right.
You see Sebastian look at Antonio and he goes, "I think I can do these same things you have been doing with the strength." And you see the old alien blood is dripping down his face and his lips as he starts spitting it out. And I'm going to use that blood point I just got off the alien blood to go into the unnatural strength.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yep. And so if we have a surprise round, I'm actually going to do the same thing, and I'm going to spend a blood point and start hulking up.
Okay, perfect. So you guys do that during your surprise. They turn now and see you. You can still go first though, so you can each get an attack against them. Now with your hulkiness.
I'm going to actually continue. I'm going to spend a second blood point, puts me back down to 1 again. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and do the lightning reflexes.
Oh, nice. Okay. And how about you, Sebastian?
No, I'm going to attack with my strength, and just for FYI, I'm at 2 blood points. Ooh, a 6 is the highest.
Nice. So 6 is a 3d6, and then you're going to multiply that by 3.
Alrighty. 5, 9, 10, 11, 13 times 3, so
39. Oh hell yeah, that kills it.
39.
You run into this thing.
Yeah, I mean, just punch it. I mean, I just tear into it like just it's meat.
Yes. That's awesome.
Rip this thing into it.
Oh.
Nice. All right, so the one that's left is going to turn around. Let's see. We'll go odd Sebastian, even Antonio. So it's a 1. It's coming out to Sebastian, which I guess makes sense. So the other, its partner turns towards you, and it's got the laser hand, so it actually has a better attack now. Well, the better attack didn't help it, though. So you got a 5 max. So 5 is 2d6. Does 6 points of damage to you.
Ooh, I'm still up.
With its laser hand. Okay, coming to
If I wouldn't have done the health points, I would be down, but I'm still up.
Nice. Okay, Antonio.
All right, so Sebastian is impatient, so he charged right in, whereas Antonio is impulsive, and he just can't not do the complete hookup thing because of the rush that it gives him. And then he watches Sebastian go in there and just tear this thing apart, which immediately makes him jealous, which is also one of his flaws, and then kicks him into the one-upsmanship, which is also one of his flaws. So he's going to charge in there completely raging, and he's going to try and rip this other one apart like even worse than...
Now, just say, because this is probably the last couple rounds of combat, and we haven't used any willpower. One thing you can use willpower for is to add 3d6 points to your dice pool. So you can use a point of willpower and add that if you'd like to one of the dice pools.
Oh, so I could actually do that for damage?
No, not for damage, but to a dice pool.
Oh, so for attack.
Yeah, I mean that is a dice pool, but I don't think. I'll say no. I think it's more for. I think it's meant more for the attack.
Okay.
That's pretty awesome if you could do it for both.
Well, I actually only have 1 willpower though. No, you gave me 1.
Yeah, you don't need them for anything. You can have a 0 willpower and it doesn't affect
I'm
you.
going to spin 1. What the hell? Let's see if we can go in there. So the first attack is going to come with 3d6.
It's additional 3d6.
6d6, sorry.
I want to see an epic attack.
Well, I got 1 6.
Well, all right.
Everything else was a 4.
I'm a little disappointed there, but okay. So 3d6 times 3.
All right. So the first attack is
Hit it.
6. That's 12 times 3. 12, 24.
Doesn't quite do.
The second attack, I rolled a 6 and 2 5s.
Yep. 3d6.
I'm sorry?
So 3d6 times 3.
That's going to be let's see, make sure I do this right. That's going to be 45 points of damage.
Well, it only had like 4 left. So.
I rolled 15 on 3d6.
Oh my god, that's
45.
It's unfortunate. Do you want to carry that damage over to Tony's character?
I'm just going to be like...
Okay, yes, you tear it to pieces.
Can I carry it into the airlock door?
Which one?
The one that gets me into the bridge.
Hell yeah.
How much did he have left?
4. So 41 points. Okay, you almost, and actually it was already torn up. Let me just do this. Roll a, what do you have there? Do you have d6s?
Yeah.
Roll 2 d6s against my 2 d6.
All right.
If you beat me, you bust through. I got 7.
I got a 6 total.
Okay, so you tear it open, but you're not quite through this round.
Well, I still have 1 more attack to go.
Oh, okay.
That was only 2 attacks.
Okay, one more attack. Do it.
Yeah. So I'm going to now rage against the door. And And I got a 5 is the highest on that one.
Nice. And 2d6 times 3.
And that's going to be 6 on 2 dice. So 18 more points of damage.
Okay, so
Yes.
roll 2d6 again to see if you rip through the door.
That time I got a 6 and a 1.
Okay, so you rip through the door, and as soon as you do, you see 3 people in there who look very frightened. And one guy reaches for a switch, and boom, the UV lights come on. So take a d6, everybody.
Wow, I rolled a 2, so that puts me at 0 automatically.
Oh no!
I got a 1.
Okay, you still up?
Oh yeah, I've got
In all my life.
I got 16 points of health left.
All right. Well, you see him in there. You see what he just did. So if you want to go get him,
Oh yeah, and this should still count as part of the same scene, correct?
yep, it's part of the same scene.
Oh, these guys are fucked. So I'm going to rush into the room, and I'm going to go for the guy that's got the lights.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
Oh, also, Crystal. I'm sorry. Count and Dante take a d6 for the UV lights because they're hitting you too. They're in the whole ship.
So, first attack is I got a 4 is the highest.
Okay, so force is d6, but it is still 10.
That's going to be 12.
Okay, that actually kills him. And actually, there's 2 points to spread over to another.
All right, so just dump it on the next guy.
Yep.
And this one, the highest on that one is a 6.
Okay, so 3d6.
He's going to be toast.
Yeah, there's no way.
That's 12. That's 12, 24, 30. Yeah.
Yeah, that's enough to kill. They only have 10 apiece. So yeah, you basically tear through all of them. But because you did that this round and didn't turn off the light, take another d6 before you can turn the light off.
That time I took 5.
Okay.
That's still 11, and then I'm immediately going to shut the light off.
Okay, you can do that. The lights off. So Sebastian, everybody else take a d6 as well for that round that you guys were unconscious with it.
Went over 2, so that puts me at -2 now.
Okay.
Why is it -20?
So what I'm going to do then is the first thing I'm going to do is take I'm going to take a body, or I'm going to feed on one.
Yeah.
And get as much blood off of him as I can.
You can get 6, so 5 because you're
And I'm going to take another one, and I'm going to take it to Sebastian, and basically, I guess, like, just cut him, or where I just ripped into these guys and basically just kind of like milk the dude into him. And as he starts to come to, I'm going to just leave the body there. And I'm going to, like, pat him on his chest and tell him to eat up.
Yes, you can also have 6 points of blood as well, Tony.
And I'm going to carry the third guy down the hall to where the other 2 are just completely laid out. And try and decide what I'm going to do with them. So,
But now, question though, when he does that to me, does that bring me up from -2 to what on health?
Yeah, so basically what happens is the first point of blood you get, you can use to bring
HP?
6, yep. And then as soon as you're up.
I rolled a 3, so that gets me to 1.
Okay, yep. And then you can drink the rest, and you can just, you can use them for health or whatever you want at that point. Yeah.
For how much recovery, though? How much is it?
You can do a 1d6 per point, and a human has 6 points, so you can drain 6 points.
Okay, I got you. Okay.
Yeah, so basically you can drink a bunch. As much you can drink a full human and then fill that much if you want.
Yeah. So I'm actually going to take the other 2, since they spent more time fighting with each other. I'm going to actually stuff them back into the cryopods.
Yeah, I should also mention that you need a point of blood to even wake up. So yeah, you won't use all the ones that you recovered for healing. So you might need more because.
Yeah.
You want to go to sleep with 3 or 4 points of blood in you, ideally.
So
You know, the count actually has 1 point of blood that he does have. I mean, could he have used that to wake himself up at some
Well, you
point?
could, but I think what happened was you were -11, so it wasn't worth.
Yeah.
And actually, you couldn't, because what ends up happening is if you use the 1 point of blood to heal yourself, then you couldn't have woke up because you can't wake up with 0 blood.
Yeah.
That's why you're in that weird situation. So yeah.
So I'm gonna stuff them back in their cryopods and shut it on there, and I guess eventually figure out how to get it turned on.
Okay.
And then go back to Sebastian, and so without sitting here trying to take up all the rest of the time, explain to Sebastian that what I'm going to try to do, or what I think you and I should do, is figure out a way to get this alien ship detached from the vessel, and then go to the wherever the pods are for the criminals or whatever, and we make thralls out of them.
Nice. I like it.
Yeah, and hopefully one of the criminals may have some background in flying a ship, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah, and you find actually through a little bit of trial and error that the ship is flown by an artificial intelligence. So, once you're able to communicate with it, the ship flies itself. Basically, you just tell it where you want to go. So you now have a flying cargo ship and an alien ship attached to it, and a whole bunch of thralls and some knocked out vampires that somebody could wake up. That was really good, guys. You did a good job. You defeated the vampire. No, you are vampires. You defeated the aliens on the ship. You defeated each other.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was quite a bit more fun than I thought it would be originally. I did, and I enjoyed it.
Yes,
That was a blast. I loved
Here's
it.
my thing on the system. I think it's actually really neat. I think it's super simple. And I think it does all the vampire type stuff really, really well, especially once I read through the rules and all.
Yeah.
The only criticism that I've got is the combination of the supernatural strength and the lightning reflexes. I think is really, I think that's a little bit overpowered. Because I mean, I
think that's kind of the point,
Yeah, I guess maybe so. I guess if you were low on blood, you could do it once or twice, but after that, you're done. But
yeah, I think the main thing here, and you guys were actually pretty conservative, all things considered. The game is kind of meant to be played more in a social way. So you wouldn't be able to just randomly drink blood from people, because if you did, then people would get so you were actually in a pretty good spot. To be able to drink from the aliens and stuff. But yeah, I kind of agree. It does seem a little powerful, but at the same time, I think that's the point. You're supposed to be racing for vampires. And if you're fighting other vampires, they can do the same thing.
Oh, that's true.
And I think that's kind of part of it. I didn't put vampires against you. I just gave the aliens more hit points and a little bit of damage. But yeah.
What I was going to do as a player was he was going to basically hulk up, bust through the door and simply turn off the the life support system, basically killing everybody.
Nice.
So yeah, I mean, that way vampires can breathe in vacuum. So he's just gonna float around and feast and have a blast drinking all the blood that he can have.
Yeah, it's true. You could have turned off the life support. There's a lot of things you could have done. I was curious whether or not you were going to take them up on the mission, or if you were just going to go and try to go to the ship. I was kind of, curious how that would work out. What were you thinking, Crystal? What do you think?
Yeah, I liked it. I what I thought was the most cool was one thing I really liked was all of our characters, as far as it goes, just seeing how differently everyone thought of vampires. I think some of it, might be an age thing, because some of you guys grew up in the 60s and 70s with the classic, killer vampires. And I grew up more even though I never got into Twilight, it's still I grew up more where in an era where vampires now are seen more as wanting redemption and stuff like that. Usually, trying to have that humanity part of them saved. So I thought it was just cool seeing the way we each played vampires differently. Like when you had that one person, someone had someone in Iron Grip, and you and Daniel was like, okay, you can drink just 3 blood from them and be okay. And you're just like, nah, fuck it, I'm a vampire. You know?
Yeah, that was my character. I mean, my aim was to basically go full on vampire. So if he were to have been brought up, then he'll be like, Count Von lives again, and then just go straight to the buffet room.
So most of my exposure for that, and that's actually an incredibly valid point that Crystal brings up. Most of the exposure that I got was like watching the Blade movies. Mm-hmm. So even the bad guys in that one, like the Blade with Wesley Snipes, which is actually based on a comic book.
Great movie, by the way.
Yeah. So the bad guy, quote unquote, vampires in there, they're bad, but they're well, I should say, put it this way, they act smart but uncaring. So it's like they're not just mindless killers, but at the same time, it's like, I'm on a ship, survival's the goal here. I don't care about this pet. The only humans I care about are the ones that are in charge of the ship, and the humans are the ones that put me here. I'm better than them. So I didn't care about the redemption part, but like when the woman started talking to Antonio, she then became something of value. So it's like, no, I'm not gonna drink her and kill her right here. And that's why I tried to stop Young's character when he did it. I was like, hold on a minute, this is not just a piece of meat anymore. This is somebody with information that could really be useful. So, like I said, but then once Tony said, yeah, she's lying about everything, I'm like, oh, well, then whatever happens to her happens then. Well,
I have a question, Crystal, about your character. Did your character have a bad skill or a flaw that made him hang back like that?
I think.
Well, first of all, I was good at stealth, so I just wanted to be like and I made myself, like, in my head, my backstory was like that of a soldier, and so it just felt more natural to hang back because like I didn't think of being like was the kind of person that was gonna like face a problem head on. He was the kind of, I felt like he was a little bit smarter than that. He wanted to see originally like what these aliens could do, see if he could find like a weak. Other than that, like I mean, he totally believed the humans that said they'd let him go because he was gullible. And let's see, and then and I was good at like stealth, so that's basically what I was trying to play up, my stealth and the fact that I was gullible. I believe the humans would let me go.
Yeah, because see, I enjoy that part of it because my good traits were awareness, investigation, survival. My bad ones were seduction, street smarts, and arrogant. And my flaws are jealous and patient. So it's fun to play out somebody that's arrogant, jealous, and patient and going against your fault. So I like that part of the system of us having different good, bad, and flaws to play against each other.
And like I was also melancholy. That was like, so like it was like one of those things where I felt like for my character, it was like, well, why would my character be melancholy? And it's probably because he hates being a vampire, because it says like in the book, it says like, you can maybe your character is the kind of person who goes full vampire and doesn't give a fuck anymore, has lost all of their humanity. Or maybe your vampire is the kind of guy who's trying to retain his humanity as best he can and stuff like that. And so like that's what I was actually working towards more. And that's just how my character felt to me. So like when you guys were just like eating without consent and stuff like that, like I would assume that if vampires are real, like they would understand, like there would be like consent laws and stuff. Yeah. Like God, this could get so political so easily.
the way I was looking at your character too, and see, I didn't want to ask, but what started going through my head was like, okay, this is a soldier, the melancholy thing, and you kept making reference to the curse and how we're all just a bunch of criminals and this, that, and the other. So what I thought your character was doing was actually going to try to help the aliens and possibly blow the ship and kill all of us.
No, no, that was definitely not like his goal. Like, if anything, his ultimate goal, like once he got the drop on the count like that, all he wanted to do at that point was to like try to put you three back into hibernation because like he considered you three to be like dangerous. Like, you were the vampires that gave us a bad name, kind of thing.
Yeah, and I can see that too. But I was like, wait a minute, I think she's going to actually help the aliens out. And I said,
when I was trying to, when I was trying to talk to the alien, I was just basically going to be like, yeah, you can just fucking go. I'm not going to try and stop you. My buddies went that way. I mean, that just helps me to hopefully get you guys knocked out.
But that's part of what you were saying was like when you talk about how the difference in I'm watching a character's behavior and I'm like, I wonder if this is what they're up to. And it turns out I was completely wrong. But that's part of the fun of the whole thing. So
the game was like a mash of all the different types of vampire tropes. I was playing the Bela Lugosi, the old Nosferatu, and a little bit of crazy vampire
that's
stuff.
What I was saying earlier. We were all doing different generations.
And I saw Rush and Tony playing the characters that are reminiscent from Interview with the Vampire. Some parts from Blade, and I saw your character Crystal as like some sort of a vampire hero. Trying to fight against the vampires. Sort of like the Blade character in a way.
So Twilight-esque. As much as I hate to say it.
Well, I was looking at it as in like I was playing the bad guy type vampires from Blade, whereas Crystal was actually playing like the Blade type vampire.
Yeah. So it's at the.
Also, I was lustful, so that was also another reason I wanted to let the woman go. I was actually going to try and seduce her at first, and then you started to like try and bite her, and it was like I'm not going to let that happen. I may be lustful, but I'm like I'm not going to allow you to like attack a woman like that.
Okay. On that note, let me just end the broadcast. Always have to end the weird spot.
Yeah.
All right.